service members and veterans to attend Bama home games this season. Let's hear it for Tito's and Roll Tide. More on Bama and Kentucky when we get back. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Jan Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
DCH has a new dedicated unit especially for children. At DCH, we recognize how the entire family is affected when a child is sick, injured, or living with a chronic medical condition. Our board-certified pediatricians specialize in providing our youngest patients, from birth through adolescence, the best care appropriate to their developmental level, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. DCH Pediatrics, making a big difference in little lives.
Our quick game facts for Alabama and Kentucky are presented by the Alabama Department of Human Resources. The plan in Alabama is to find more foster parents and parents to adopt children in Alabama. For more information on how you can become a foster parent or adopt a kid who needs a good home, go to dhr.alabama.gov/adoption. Today's matchup features 2 top 10 teams, as you would expect when in the past when Kentucky was involved, but especially now with Alabama becoming the team that has won more SEC or won more games in the SEC in the last 2.5 years. The Tide with more wins than anybody else during that stretch. 14-3 is the record overall for both sides, and also both teams are 3-1, trailing Auburn and Ole Miss by a game in the SEC standings. Mark Sears leads Alabama at 18.6 points per game and also 4.6 assists. Grant Nelson is the top rebounder at 8.6 boards per game. Otega Owe is the leading scorer at 15.4 per game for the Cats, and Amari Williams at 8.6 boards leads them on the glass, and Lamont Butler is their top distributor at 4.7. Mark Pope, as we said, first year He has a 10-year mark of 201 and 111. Nate Oates in his 10th year has a 227 and 100 record overall. 6 seasons in Tuscaloosa in which he's won a pair of regular season and tournament titles. And, of course, the first Final Four in program history is 131 and 57. Who's Healthy Now is presented by Prestige HealthNet. Prestige HealthNet keeps rural hospitals local and open in Alabama by providing professional IT solutions, cost savings, and elevating healthcare standards. Learn more at prestigehealthnet.com. Prestige HealthNet, we help your hospital help you. For the Crimson Tide, unfortunately, Darion Reed out again with a lower leg injury. That kept him out of the ball game last time out against Ole Miss, and also out again will be Houston Millette for the Crimson Tide. When we come back, Roger Hoover has your Bama Hardwood profile and also an Alabama athletics update. And then it's my conversation with Coach Nate Oates, brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. We're back to Lexington right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big Roll Tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
This Bama Hardwood Profile is presented by Everwood Treatment Company, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are our post-game thoughts from head coach Christy Curry following Alabama women's basketball's game on Thursday against South Carolina.
First of all, I want to thank our crowd. Hopefully they'll come back and see us. You know, we've got 5 more games that count the same here at home. Amazing environment. We appreciate our community for coming out tonight. And that's the biggest thing I want to say to start with. Yeah, our kids battled, you know, the final score But, I mean, there's no moral victory. I think, we expected to win, and we didn't do enough there down the stretch. I think we'd cut it to 5 and missed 2 free throws, and I thought that was critical. We got to make our free throws, and then we got to come back down and be tough enough to get some stops. I didn't think we had a lot of energy at times there down the stretch on the ball, and I thought that really affected the game. You've got to do a really good job of applying some pressure up top, and I think we did enough of it tonight. So Diana, Zay, whoever that is, we got to do a better job with that. But credit South Carolina. They made threes and they made plays. They got to the free throw line and converted, and I thought that was the difference in the fourth quarter.
Next up for the Crimson Tide is a Sunday road game at Arkansas. Tip-off at 4 p.m. Central from Bud Walton Arena, with our coverage on the network starting at 3:45 p.m. Bama fans, no one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis. From the regular season straight through the postseason, we've got your team covered anywhere you go. SiriusXM SEC Radio. When we come back, we'll hear Chris Stewart's pregame conversation with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Nate Oates. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Barkley makes it easy. Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Are you tired of dealing with multiple bills for your hospital's telecommunication needs? Say goodbye to the hassle with Prestige HealthNet. We use our own money to resolve all your issues, delivering superior internet, cybersecurity, phones, TVs, and more. Plus, enjoy the convenience of a single monthly bill without any upfront expenses. Simplify your hospital's IT infrastructure with Prestige HealthNet. Visit our website, prestigehealthnet.com, or call us at 251-517-4411 to learn more.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Chris Stewart back with you at Rupp Arena. It's time for our pregame visit with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Coach Nate Oates. Conversation brought to you by Braun Bergs, Alabama's most trusted and oldest jeweler. Coach, the Tide here in one of the real cathedrals of college basketball, always special to come to Rupp Arena.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the storied places in all of college basketball. They got great tradition here. The fan support's unreal. Come out, see the whole place packed. It's a pretty cool place to play. So we haven't been here a ton. I think we've only had the one win during COVID, which it wasn't full that year. But you know, looking forward to it, more looking forward to just getting back on the floor after that game Tuesday.
Tell us how your team responded in the extra day, which for a coach is great when you don't have a performance you like. It can be kind of tough for the players, but tell us about the week and how the guys responded.
Yeah, I mean, we gave Wednesday off, like was the normal plan, and Thursday came in, watched the video from Ole Miss, and then did a little bit of the scout for Kentucky, and got after it pretty good in practice because we didn't have game the next day. So, it was our one day this week. We could practice pretty hard, and we got after it pretty good. I thought the guys responded well. Thought if we'd have played that hard in the game, we had a little bit better shot to win. So, just kind of got kind of rejuvenated, if you will, and kind of refocused, and came back Friday, a lot shorter practice, all in on Kentucky, what we had to do to beat them, and they're good. And then, got out of town, flew out, shot up here, and we're up last night and be ready to roll this morning.
Coach, before we move on to the Cats, you talked about your seniors and your veterans, and a lot of those guys are new, not all of them new to the program, but you really challenged your upperclassmen in this, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, they got to show some leadership. Like, they're leaders on the team are responsible for the way we come out and play. And I didn't think any of them had great games. I didn't think the team was ready to go. So hopefully those 4 fifth-year guys today will be ready to go and have the team ready to go too.
Tell us about Kentucky and what makes them look different under Mark Pope and what's allowed them to be as successful as they have been so far.
Yeah, you know what? They went into the transfer portal, got some really good players. I think they've got 7 guys got 1,000 points in their career. They have 6 guys are averaging double figures. He put in a modern offense. They're playing a lot of 5-out, have the bigs out on the perimeter, passing the ball. They're doing a good job of it. So, and they've got shooting, and they take a fair amount of threes, and they've been making a pretty good clip. We're going to have to guard the 3 well. We got to guard them in transition. They get out fast, they run. Our bigs are going to have to guard on the perimeter and make sure that, they put a little pressure on their bigs and not let them just kind of quarterback the offense up there with, I kind of relate it to a quarterback that sits back and has no pressure on them. He can make a lot of good passes. Well, if they're centers there with the ball in the middle of the floor, with no pressure on them, he can kind of quarterback the offense really well. And I think that's when they've been best. So our bigs, now, if you pressure them too much, he'll go by you. Our bigs got to do a better job pressuring the ball without overdoing it to where they just get blown by. Because, they're not going to have much support from our guards. Our guards got to be in the bodies of these shooters and running them off the line. So they're a tough cover on the offensive end, and we've got to be significantly better on our offensive end than we were against Ole Miss too.
Finally, Coach, it's a long season, but and not even to the midway point yet. But how much, if any, do you address with the team the fact that you lost one at home? You got to find a way to get one somewhere else to make up for it. Is it too early for that?
Nah, I said it right after the game. I mean, you can't lose your home games. You're trying to win a conference championship. We just did. So now we got to go get one on the road that maybe, you weren't supposed to get. Maybe this is the one. But we're definitely, whatever happens, we need to be playing a lot better than we did on Tuesday for sure.
Coach, thank you for the time and good luck today.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, Chris. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Coach Nate Oates with us on our Bromberg's pregame interview. We've got more coming up. Stay with us right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites
because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment and tried and true expertise. We'll help you call the right plays on your property, and we're always there when you need an assist. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators to agriculture equipment, we've got serious game. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
This is Tom Stipe with your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. And proud to support the Crimson Tide. Great day to settle in for some SEC hoops in Athens. Georgia will host Auburn. Nashville, Vandy has Tennessee. Gainesville, Florida will face Texas. Norman, Oklahoma against South Carolina. Stark Vegas, Mississippi State will welcome Ole Miss. And in Como, Mizzou will host Arkansas. Later tonight in College Station, A&M will face LSU. We think Coke Zero Sugar is the best Coke ever. You try it and decide. Brian and Chris will have more on Bama and Kentucky coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey parents and kids, AEA has unveiled a new contest at your school that lets you count your way to the Iron Bowl of basketball. AEA wants to help K-6 students be academic champions just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Count Challenge could win tickets to the February 15th Alabama vs. Auburn basketball game at Coleman Coliseum. Ask your teacher about contest rules, encourage your child to be an AEA math champion, and win a trip to the Iron Bowl of basketball.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Jan Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy?
Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
The tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Flex Premium Athleisure is softness that plays hard. From the couch to the gym to the office and beyond, Flex gives you premium comfort and style that keeps up with anything without costing everything. Now take an extra 15% off Flex at Kohl's. Whether you're chasing the ball or chasing the kids, life's a workout. Flex with it. Exclusively at Kohl's. 15% off valid through January 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
The Little Things are presented by Chick-fil-A. Score big with the Chick-fil-A app this season, as your game day favorites are just a click away. Eat more chicken and roll tide. Man, I could go still. I know it's 11:40 Eastern here, and it's past breakfast time back in the Central Time Zone. I could go for a Chick-fil-A biscuit right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, anytime.
Anytime.
Especially these morning tips.
Anytime, indeed. About to get the national anthem, but before we do, Brian, what are the little things Alabama's got to get done on the offensive end if we want to get a win today?
Well, got to clean up the mistakes that were made against Ole Miss. And it starts with ball security. Alabama turned it over 21 times. Now you're playing a much different defensive team in Kentucky. They're rock solid on the defensive end. They hold opponents to a low field goal percentage. They don't take a lot of chances in terms of creating turnovers and steals, but Alabama will turned it over too many times against Ole Miss that were unforced. Got to do a much better job of that.
Do indeed. Now we're going to turn it over to the public address and the national anthem here at Rupp Arena with local University Choir.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets, the bombs bursting, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Almost 21,000 is capacity here at Rupp Arena, and we are seeing them file in and get very close to that number here in the home of Big Blue Nation. We'll talk about the keys to victory for the Crimson Tide, especially on the defensive end. When we come back, stay with us. We are still counting down to tip-off, 15 minutes away or less here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is where you can make your statement with our incredible range of signs and graphics. You can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big-screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springville, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
Back at Rupp Arena, where we are a little more than 10 minutes away from getting things started in this one. The Crimson Tide taking on the Big Blue of Kentucky. The keys to victory are presented by Ford. And with impressive power and smart features, great things can happen when you drive a Ford F-150. Bring home a champion today. See your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Brian, for Alabama defensively, what are the keys today?
Well, this is one of the fastest-paced teams that Alabama has played, like looking in the mirror in terms of pace of play. And this Kentucky team, top 2 in the SEC, along with Alabama in scoring. Also, one of the best in the country at three-point shooting. They've got several guys that can get it going from deep. Kobe Barea is the leading three-point shooter in the SEC. Jackson Robinson, the transfer from BYU, came over with Mark Pope, is really starting to hit his stride. Was averaging about 12-13 a game in the non-conference. He's up that in a big way in conference play, averaging 5 points more than he did in the non-conference. Those guys are confident, and defensively, Alabama's got to do a good job getting back in transition defense and getting out to the three-point shooters.
You've got Owe at 6'4", you got Butler at 6'2", you got Robinson at 6'6", but then in the front court, Carr and Williams 6'11" and 7 feet respectively. And all of those are grad transfers along with Lamont Butler. And then you got a junior in Owe. This looks so different from a Kentucky team under John Calipari. Look, it's not as if he had bad teams by any stretch. But this just looks like, let me clarify, more like Kentucky. And Kentucky fans seem to be really resonating with that. It's not just winning. They want you to look a certain way while you're doing it, and Mark Pope understands that.
Yeah, listen, early in the John Calipari era here at Kentucky, they were winning, playing at the time modern basketball, and that slipped a little bit. Now, late in John Calipari's Kentucky career. They were really good in the regular season. The problem was, what do you do in March? And that's where everybody's judged. And that's where they slipped. But they were top 10 team a year ago. Got up and down a little bit more. But this team is impressive because Mark Pope absolutely is playing a different style than John Calipari did, especially the last few years. And they've got skill. You mentioned all those guys. They have 7 players who are 1,000-point scorers at the college level. And Mark Pope has done a great job of blending these guys together and bringing them together quickly. I mean, they've already beaten 5 top 15 teams. They played a very difficult non-conference schedule, and they've hit the ground running in a big way. Kentucky fans are thrilled with Mark Pope, this style of play, and you mentioned all those guys. They get dribble, pass, and shoot from 1 through 5. And it's a lot, you hear us talk about what Kentucky is and what Mark Pope has brought to the Bluegrass. Well, Alabama fans are saying, like, yeah, that's the deal. That's what Alabama
Works good
does.
For us.
It matters what Nate Oates brought. And listen, there's a lot of coaches around the country at the college and the pro level that are taking note of what's going on in Tuscaloosa, Alabama in basketball. Nate Oates, known as one of the great coaches in the game, and Mark Pope is doing similar things here at Kentucky. Now, this is his first year. Doesn't have the track record in terms of NCAA tournament, SEC tournament, and SEC championships, but you look at what he's done in his first couple of months as head coach of Kentucky, and the people here in Rupp Arena are thrilled.
This is the Ford pregame show. Next up, the tip. Alabama and Kentucky on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Get ready. Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
I'm John Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer. 3. Bottom. Tie game. 75 all. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make a 3. The bank first 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947, and now the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
6'4" freshman from Mobile,
Welcome,
Alabama.
everybody. Great to have you with us from Lexington, Kentucky, as Nate Oates, Alabama Crimson Tide, gets set to take on Mark Pope's Kentucky Wildcats. Time for us to take a look at our starting lineups for today's ball game. Brian Passink, Alabama, once again trying to get back in the win column, and they will turn, not completely, but first and foremost, to the All-American in Mark Sears.
Well, and he's played like it the last couple of weeks of the season. Preseason SEC Player of the Year. Got off to a nice start in the beginning of the non-conference season, but maybe not up to expectations. Well, he's been at and exceeded expectations the last few weeks of the season, playing like the All-American that he will ultimately be at the end of the season.
Sears at 18.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game, which leads the Crimson Tide. Joined in the backcourt again by LeBaron Philon at 11.5 points, 3.5 boards, and 4 assists. Also Grant Nelson, Jaron Stevenson, and Clifford Amore. Here are the Kentucky starters from their public.
Eruption zone.
So there you have it, the starting 5 introduced for Kentucky and Alabama. Brian, needing to make sure they get off to a quick start in this one, mentally trying to erase the struggles of their last game against Ole Miss, and also doing their best to minimize the impact of 20,000 plus clad in blue.
Yeah, always important to get off to a great start on the road, especially in front of 21,000 here in the toughest road environment in the SEC in Rupp Arena. And one stat I'll be looking at throughout the day is field goal attempts. You go back to Tuesday night, and Ole Miss had 23 more field goal attempts than Alabama. A couple of reasons why. 21 turnovers for the Crimson Tide. Didn't create turnovers on the defensive end. And also the lack of second chance opportunities. Alabama going in to Tuesday night, one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country. Just got a handful against Ole Miss. And the result, Alabama did not play well at all on the offensive end. Nate Oates talked about not being ready to play. I expect Alabama to be much more dialed in here this afternoon at Rupp.
Need to see LeBaron Philon play more like he's capable. He's far from the only one, not picking on him, simply saying he is the type of guy that can be a difference maker and an impact player in a matchup like this.
You see a lot of freshmen around the country that at this point in the season hit a little bit of a wall. Now, typically guys like LeBaron Philon get through it, but this is a long grind of a season. Even though we're at almost the halfway point, the amount of time in practice, the intensity of games, takes a little getting used to as a freshman. And LeBaron Philon will get out of a mini slump. I won't call it. He hasn't played maybe the way he would want to the last week or two of the season.
he's going to get out of it. Hopefully that starts this afternoon here in Lexington.
Joe Lindsay, Steven Anderson, Patrick Evans are your officials for today. Another veteran crew working this SEC matchup. Bama wearing the road crimson with a white lettering. Kentucky wearing the home whites with a very traditional look to theirs, with Kentucky in block letters across the chest and in blue, and the same with the stripes down the side and the numbers as well. Just waiting on the go-ahead from TV. I guess they've wrapped up game day and tossed it to what's the marquee matchup. Alabama and Kentucky. The ball's in the air, and the tap is controlled in the backcourt to our left by the Crimson Tide. Phylon will bring it up against the man-to-man look from the Cats. Nelson will throw a lob. Amore to catch, and the flush, and a great start for Alabama.
Yeah, easy, nice pass to Cliff Amore. Went up high. Grant Nelson found it for the alley-oop to start this one.
Williams tried to throw a backdoor cut to Owe, but Phylon's going to be called for a holding foul there.
It was the right call, but didn't need it, and LeBaron Phylon didn't realize it. The pass was behind Owe, would have gone out of bounds, but just a split second before, a little physical chuck to the Kentucky player by Phylon, and they'll get it back.
First personal, first team foul as the inbounds comes to Jackson Robinson. Came around on a curl, couldn't get it to go, but a tip followed by Owe ties the score at 2 apiece. 19:28 and moving. Time left first half here at Rupp. Bama works it to Sears between the circles, top of the arc, looks back to Nelson at the free throw line, drives in, spins, shoots, had a shot attempt blocked. They try to save it, and they do, off of Nelson, out of bounds. Nice hustling play from Amari Williams to get that possession for the Cats.
Nice defensive play by Amari Williams. I thought Grant Nelson may have walked before the block came over for Kentucky.
Cats bring it ahead. They get it to the elbow with Williams, and then hand it off. Robinson misses the jumper. Rebound tipped out, touched last by the Crimson Tide. It was Amore who touched it, battling with Williams, but I think Mark Sears may have tipped it last. Regardless, they say it's Kentucky basketball. Front court, side court. Immediately 2 hour left with Robinson getting it into Butler. To Williams now. He will pivot and hand it off to Robinson, top of the key. Far side to Carr. Now trying to go baseline. Owe, cut off, brings it to the wing with the dribble alive. Top of the circle, Williams driving, cut off by Amore. Hands it to Butler. He'll drive into the paint. Stop, steps through, hands it off. Shot clock under 1, and putting it up at the buzzer was the lefty Williams. They're going to review that and see if it was a shot clock violation or not. And that review may work against Alabama because it looked like the Tide had moved in transition and had a chance to get the bucket to go. Instead, back on the other end, they're going to review it. I thought he got it off in time. Did you?
I thought he did. It was really close. I was watching it live, and I know that it was within a tenth of a second of getting it off or not. And Alabama, so far, given up back-to-back offensive rebound putbacks for Kentucky, not able to get the stop of initial possession.
It is good, and that review is brought to us by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. So the review keeps the bucket for Kentucky, and it keeps Bama from getting a transition opportunity. And that works against us.
2 offensive rebounds for Kentucky. The result, 4 points. Alabama not able to close out those first couple of defensive possessions.
4-2 Cats with 18:36 to go first half. Bama with the basketball to Amore at the elbow. Pivots and hands it off to Sears. He'll work off the screen. He'll drive to the paint. Gives it back out to Stevenson. Jaron cut off trying to drive. Now to Phylon with 11 on the shot clock. To Amore on the wing. Now to Stevenson. Driving down the lane. Gets to the rim. Reverse layup. Wouldn't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Touch last by Williams as he couldn't secure it. Boy, I love seeing the aggressiveness, especially the last 3 games from Jaron Stevenson on the offensive end.
Yeah, and it's aggressiveness, taking it hard to the basket, not selling for the three-point shot. Nice job by Cliff Amore to get the extra possession for Alabama.
Inbounded to Stevenson, now to Sears. Mark will dribble to the left wing, backs it away from it. A bounce pass to Amore, who hands it back to Mark. Mark going baseline, cut off, gets underneath the basket, circles away. Out to Nelson, left wing 3, way too strong, an air ball that's caught by Owe, and he'll start the break for the Cats. To Robinson, who floats to the corner for 3. It's a 7-0 run for Kentucky after Bama taking a 2-0 lead. Tide missed so badly, it really set up a break opportunity for the Cats, and you can tell Big Blue Nation is making some noise here early. 7-2 Kentucky. We need a bucket. Here's Sears giving it off to Phylon. LeBaron to Amori, back to Phylon. Now to Nelson, left alone. Another 3 attempt. Bottom. Boy, that looks a lot better. He hadn't touched the rim in 2 shots, but that one went through the net first.
Boy, love the fact that Grant Nelson stayed confident after missing everything the last possession. Didn't hesitate, knocks it down.
Backdoor look, and they say it was touched last by Phylon as he got the deflection, and possession will stay with the Cats. 17:15 to go in the opening half. 7-5, Kentucky leading Alabama, and Wildcats have the basketball. Williams with it, up high, giving it to Robinson. Top of the arc, 3, too strong. Rebound, claimed by Stevenson. Outlet to Phylon, and we got numbers. Sears on the wing, rises, 5-3, bottom. Bart Sears, a bank first 3. Alabama's second of the game, and the Tide leads it now 8-7 with 17:54. Check that, 16:54 and moving left in the opening half.
Alabama gets their first stop of the game and makes them pay with a transition 3.
Oweh can't get the runner to go off the window, and here's Amori clearing it out to Sears. Now to Nelson, driving down the lane to the rim, off the glass and in.
Back-to-back stops for Alabama. The 3 by Sears on the previous possession. This time, Grant Nelson takes it strong to the basket. Gets a little contact, but finishes at the rim.
8-0 run by Bama after the 7-0 run from Kentucky. Here's Butler with it now off the screen. A bounce pass to Williams at the free throw line. He'll throw a bounce pass to Butler, who circles away from trouble. He'll dribble 12 feet away, shoots at 11. The air ball caught by Nelson. Here comes Bama the other way with Sears. Mark on the left wing, behind the back with the dribble to Nelson. Top of the arc, 4-3, bottom. Oh, Bama's hot early. Another bank first 3, the second from Nelson. And the Tide leads 13-7, 15:54 to go first half.
And that's an 11-0 run for Alabama in about 1:20.
Butler on the drive to the rim, left alone, and gets it to drop. Tide will run back the other way. Phylon ahead to Nelson. Nice move in the lane. Runner is up. It wouldn't go, but he's fouled. He'll have shots upcoming when we come back to Rupp Arena. 15:41 to go first half. We got a 13-9 score. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
We are in historic Rupp Arena. Saturday morning, Bama up 13-9, 15:41 to go in the first half. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Brian Passett, courtside BP. When defense leads to offense, good things happen for the Tide.
Yeah, it was a 7-0 run by Kentucky. Alabama not able to get stops, not able to get on the defensive glass, but that changed over the last couple of minutes. Alabama 4 for their last 4, getting stops, getting out, and running. And great to see Grant Nelson off to a nice start. I was a little worried after Grant's had a couple of rough games, a little bit of foul trouble, hasn't played the typical Grant Nelson way that he does. And after shooting that first air ball, I was concerned that might continue, but he's made 3 straight since. A couple of threes, taking it strong to the basket. He leads away with 8 points, a chance to add to that at the line. Alabama doing a good job of getting stops and getting out in transition. Mark Sears knocks down a 3, and Alabama looking good from deep, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. And maybe more importantly, Alabama gets to the first media timeout without a turnover. You go back to Tuesday night, I think Alabama had 5 at this point in the under 16-minute timeout, so doing a better job there. And we thought they would improve in those areas. Another area I want to see this team improve is getting on the offensive glass. Alabama with 1 offensive rebound, fortunately shooting 63%. Not a ton of opportunities to get offensive rebounds. You know that number is going to come down, and love the energy and the focus of the Crimson Tide here in the early going.
You know, and you get down 7-2 and the crowd rises as one, and Bama punches right back with that 11-0 run that you referenced.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of runs in this game. These are 2 of the most high-powered offenses in college basketball. Both want to get up and down. Transition defense on both sides will be a key to this one.
Mohamed Diabate will check in for the Tide, as will Aiden Holloway, joining Chris Youngblood now on the floor with Grant Nelson and Mark Sears. Nelson in conference play, only 5 of 12 from the free throw line. Make it 6 of 13, though, thankfully, as he hits the first one there. Overall, for the year, Nelson at 63%. Gets them both to go there, and the Tide pushes the lead back up to 6.
Grant Nelson's really worked on his shot in the offseason, changed his technique a little bit. He's been better from 3, but not as good from the free throw line.
Travis Perry in the basketball game gives it to Robinson, back to Perry. 3 is up and no good, and the rebound is controlled by Alabama. Here comes Diabate. Front court to our right, stopping on the wing, gives it to Nelson, top of the arc. 20 on the shot clock, 15-15 to play in the half as Youngblood has it now. Fires it to Diabate, over to Holloway for 3, bottom. Alabama, red, smoking, hot from 3-point range early. Another bank first 3. That is the Tide's 4th on 5 tries. Cats with a basketball. Robinson around to Carr on the wing. Carr will hand it off to Brea. He'll let fire from 3 and knocks it down. He is a good one from there.
Yeah, that's a mistake by Aiden Holloway, who just made the 3 on the other end. Toby Brea leads the SEC in 3-point shooting at just under 50%.
Sears on the drive, out to Holloway. He'll get it to the paint, then over to Diabate. Holloway thought about a 3, drives into the lane, out to Sears. He'll penetrate, he'll get to the rim, he'll hand it off, and Nelson will put it up and play through contact. Got the bucket to go and pushes the Bama lead up to 8 at 20-12.
Good things happen for Alabama when Mark Sears is in the lane. He got in there, beautiful pass to Grant Nelson, who should have had an one.
Robinson for 3, answers. Both teams light it up. The Cats with that one now 3 of 5 from the arc. Bama 4 of 5. Here's Holloway for the Crimson Tide, looking for Youngblood, gets it to him, gets into the paint, runner off the glass, and Bama's getting whatever they want, whether it's inside the arc or beyond it.
And Chris Youngblood, with his size and strength, able to get inside, take a little contact, and finish at the rim. Right now, Kentucky doesn't have as many shot blockers in the game as sometimes they do.
Perry to Garrison. Now right of the circle to Carr. Carr pivots and then hands it off to Brea. Brea had it knocked away by Diabate. Gives it back to him now, does Brea. Brea crossing to his left, getting down the lane, stopping. Wanted to shoot a fall away, now shoots a runner and got the friendly roll.
That's great defense by Mo Diabate, but Toby Brea, one of the best shooters in the country, gets the roll.
Sears trying to shake free from Perry. Goes left, gets to the rim, off the glass and in. Beautiful move by Mark Sears to push the Bama lead back up to 8 again. 24-17, 13-13 to go.
Alabama feeling it on the offensive end. 8 for their last 8.
Brea trips over Youngblood, who was trying to get over the top of a screen, and that will be the first on Chris Youngblood. It will be team foul number 3. Check that, number 2 now on the Crimson Tide. Kentucky has been called for 1. Carr, Robinson, and Perry will check out. Owe Butler and Ansley Almanar will check in. Almanar at 6'7", 244, and a senior from New Jersey gives them a little more bulk and size on the inside. He's on the perimeter right now, though. Goes off the top of the screen looking for a pass, doesn't get it. Now they throw the backdoor cut to Owe, who got fouled by Stevenson, I believe, on his way to the rim.
That was a nice move by Owe to take the contact. Kieran Stevenson in pretty good position, a little off balance. Cliff Amore right behind him would have had the block shot had the foul not come. And we thought we'd see some big-time offense in this game, two of the most high-powered offenses in college basketball. We've seen it, a combined 11 field goals made in this game. Alabama 8 for their last 8, Kentucky 3 for their last 3, and now getting to the line and converting.
Owe used every bit of the iron to get that one to fall in, but it does. A 77% free throw shooter on the year. Second attempt is perfect. And the Cats have pulled back to within 5. It's 24-19 with 12:57 and moving. Time left in the opening half. Kentucky faithful getting back into this one here at Rupp as Sears plays off the screen from Amore. Mark will give it off to Holloway. Holloway dribbles left, looks right, gives it on the right side to Sears. He'll drive and dish. Holloway trying to get free, gives it off to Sears, splitting defenders. Getting into the paint, needs help, fires it out to Holloway. Catch and shoot three, in and out, no good. Well, that one looked good. It was halfway down and popped out. Now the Cats want to run. Ahead they go to Robinson. Great catch in transition, lays it in for 2.
Well, what a catch by Robinson. Snuck that in there. Alabama not able to get back, but that was a great pass in transition by the Cats.
3-point game, 24-21 Bama. Holloway thought about it from deep. Mark from way downtown. No good. Rebounded and thrown home by Clifford Amore. The big red dog with a flush. And with 12 minutes to go in the half, Bama puts the lead back up to 5.
Kentucky giving Alabama a zone look. Not able to get the block out on Cliff Amore. Able to get the soft miss from Mark and throw it down.
Butler trying to throw a lob. Deflected by Amore. Saved by the Cats, though. Almanar for 3 is good. Scramble play. Both teams shooting it well. And the Cats are back within a bucket. 26-24. 11:35 and moving. Time left first half. We're due a media timeout on the next whistle. Holloway on the left wing, up top to Youngblood. He'll let it fly, wide right on the attempt. Rebounded though Stevenson, flips it out to Holloway. Aiden from way downtown, no good. Rebound tipped twice, 3 times, and the Cats have it now. Brea will bring it ahead for Kentucky. Sizing things up, feeds it off to Butler. Butler downhill, stops, kicks it way outside. Deep 3, Garrison good. And Kentucky is back on top, 27-26. What a basketball game early. We're not even 10 minutes into this one. Youngblood driving right. Trying to back his way down against Brea. Has it taken away? No, a tie-up. And the arrow will indeed favor Kentucky. Timeout on the floor. 10:48 to go in the first half. What a ball game. 27-26 now. Kentucky leading Alabama. A top 10 battle here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Bama's down 1 at Rupp Arena, 27-26, 10:48 to go in the first half, making Evan Williams Bourbon Part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit EvanWilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll tide. Take a deep breath, Brian. We're going to be here all day, and it's going to be fireworks.
Yeah, Alabama needs some stops. Right now, Kentucky has gotten hot in a big way. 6 of their last 6. The Cats shooting 71% from the three-point line, 5 for 7 from deep. Alabama has been really good on the offensive end. Not able to keep up with Kentucky the last few possessions. Alabama was up 7, now down 1 in a blink of an eye. And these two offenses, mirrors of each other in their ability to go on quick runs. I mean, you could see an 8-10-0 run in a little over a minute with the way these teams get up and down the floor. But right now, Alabama having a difficult time getting stops. Kentucky feeling it from deep, getting some second chance opportunities, making some hustle plays, and making Alabama pay by knocking down shots whenever they've been given the opportunity. Alabama's got to find their shooters, get out to them, and force more difficult shots.
Crimson Tide, 10 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. Kentucky, 10 of 16 from the field, 5 of 7 now from the arc. Look, we care about the outcome, so we can't fully enjoy what's taking place. But, man, can you imagine driving down the road, listening to a game like this, or sitting at home watching this early on? I mean, we're halfway to our scoring total almost for the entire last game, and we've still got 10:48 to go in the first half.
Yeah, listen, these are two of the most high-powered offenses in college basketball. Talent, skill, coaching, pace of play. And right now, Alabama, a little more so than Kentucky, at least the last few minutes, having trouble slowing down the opponent. And while this is fun for a neutral observer, I want to see a little more defense by the Crimson and White. And Kentucky, if given the opportunity, they will make you pay on that end of the floor. That's been the case the last couple of minutes of this game.
Out of the timeout, Philon, Sears, Stevenson, Amori, and Nelson. Same 5 that started the game on the floor right now for Nate Oates' Alabama Crimson Tide. Here comes Kentucky with Butler bringing the ball ahead to Williams, top of the arc. Williams handing it off to Berea. He will feed it over to Williams, right block. Williams trying to back his way down against Amori, and that's going to be a foul on Clifford. He got him on the arm. And on Amori, that'll be personal foul number 1. It'll be team foul number 4 on the Crimson Tide. Kentucky's been called for 1.
It's been a long time since Alabama's gotten a stop. Kentucky 6 for their last 6, and even when they haven't gotten a field goal attempt, they've gotten to the free throw line where they've been really good. And right there, Cliff Amori needed to stay vertical, reached in, and that was the reason for the foul. He's in good defensive position, just took a chance trying to get a steal, and the result, Kentucky back at the line.
Little misses the first. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the year. Second attempt for the lefty is up, and it is good. A little pressure to the backcourt by the Cats. In fact, some full court zone initially on the first pass, but now they'll drop back and simply go man-to-man with Sears getting it front court. Bart will bring it near side, now feeds Philon left to the logo near center court. Philon trying to get free, can't, gives it off to Stevenson, driving into the paint, trying to back his way down, spinning, handing it off to Amori. Now Clifford drives in, tried to dunk it, got fouled, thankfully, because he was going to elevate and land about 2 feet short.
He will take off and try to dunk it from anywhere around the three-point line. Yep. I mean, he was nowhere close. He ended up being a little closer than I would have thought when he went up for the dunk attempt, but when you're close to 7 feet tall and have a 7'6" wingspan and the athleticism of Cliff Amori, why not try to dunk everything? He did, and the result is getting to the free throw line for 2.
And making the first free throw. The big red dog tried to jump off the porch, and he hit that bottom step on his way down. He didn't quite clear it, trying to get out into the yard.
Fouled,
he did indeed. There's no doubt. Second free throw up. That one is good, man. The big fella continues to shoot it well from the charity stripe. He is pushing 70% on the year, and here come the Cats as we've got 10 minutes to go in the half, and we're deadlocked at 28. Kentucky driving underneath Williams, a pump fake, lost it, got it back, shot it again, and couldn't get the roll. One finally fell off for them, and here's Bama running the other way with Phylon. Tide trying to regain the lead. LeBaron off the screen. Left alone for three. No good. Rebound claimed by Owe, and the Cats want to run. Owe bringing it ahead. Crossing, going to his right, now left. Gets into the lane, lays it up. Blocked by Jared Stevenson, out of bounds, and possession will stay with Kentucky. Boy, what a play, though, defensively by Stevenson after a great move from Owe.
Yeah, Owe, Kentucky's leading scorer, one of the top scorers in the SEC, made a great move, but that is why Jared Stevenson is one of the most improved defenders in college basketball. At 6'11", has the ability to guard a smaller player and ultimately block a shot.
Carr and Robinson in for the Cats. Williams with the ball, hands it to Carr. Thought about a three, now dribbles left. He'll back his way down against Nelson. Gets into the paint. He'll go with a jump hook, no good. Rebound is tipped out, grabbed by the Cats. Bama had a chance but didn't secure it. Now Carr again, top of the arc. Narrowly had his pass deflected and stolen, but it goes into the hands of Williams. Lays it up, missed it, tip, follow is good. Too many second, third, actually almost four chances there. Bama running the other way with Sears in the corner to Stevenson. Jarrett on the drive, gets into the paint. Now he needs help as he's cut off. He'll flip it out to Amore. Clifford looking for a cutter, nobody there. Now to Nelson, top of the key. Nelson steps back, three ball. That one did everything but go in. Rattled out twice, and Kentucky will run, but Stevenson gets the steal. Ahead now, Phylon. LeBaron on the wing to Sears, lets it fly, too strong, and the rebound controlled by Kentucky.
Yeah, felt the defender coming behind him, Jackson Robinson, able to change that shot at the last second.
Got a jet stream over there. We've had two massive air balls that have been too long from that area by good shooters. Now Robinson trying to drive for Kentucky, looking low. He'll feed it to the elbow, and Williams directing traffic from there with his back to the hoop. He'll work against Nelson. Williams in the paint, strong move, no good. Rebounded by Stevenson, and the outlet pass goes to Sears. We're still tied. Actually, no, 30-28 Kentucky. Deep three, no good from Stevenson. Tipped by Nelson into the hands of Phylon to Amore. Now to Sears. Mark trying to drive. Double team to take it away. And then a foul right at center court by Mark Sears. And it's a good thing because he saved us a bucket right there. Timeout on the floor. 7:59 to play first half. 30-28. Kentucky leading Alabama in a good one here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch!
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Kentucky's up 2, 30-28, 7:57 to go in the first half in Rupp Arena. Here's an important reminder to all Alabama fans. Stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more. Brian Pasek, after a couple of early flurries offensively by both teams, kind of settled into a tight game here. What do we need to do?
Alabama's doing a better job of getting stops and forcing more difficult shots. Great start for Grant Nelson. He's got 12 points to lead the way for Alabama. 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Just had another 3 go halfway down and pop out, doing the job defensively as well. Alabama getting some good looks on the offensive end, and that last turnover by Mark Sears, what you want, but a really good defensive play by Lamont Butler. He's one of the better in that category in the SEC, but just 2 turnovers for Alabama. So in a game like this, as many offensive possessions as there have been, Alabama doing a much better job with ball security. Got to continue to do the job on the defensive end.
Brian, Alabama was 3 of 4 from 3 at its first media timeout, and I think we got to 4 of our first 5. If that's the case, Alabama's 0 for its last 8 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, a couple of those halfway down and popped out. Aiden Holloway had one that looked great. Pops out. Grant Nelson, another one, but got to continue to let it fly from the three-point line. Look, you can't expect to shoot it at an 80% clip, which Alabama did the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. And if you've got good shooters, you're not going to miss like you have the last 9 attempts. Alabama wants to stick with what they're doing, take care of the ball, attack the paint. Love the aggressiveness that Alabama's playing with on the offensive end, and they picked up the intensity at least the last 4 or 5 minutes on the defensive end. But Kentucky also doing a better job defensively. Alabama in the last couple of minutes of this game, 1 for their last 9. Yes, you had some go in and out, miss some open shots, but Kentucky doing a much better job on the defensive end the last few minutes. And you know, you go into these huddles when both teams, I think there was a point where 11 straight field goals were made by both Alabama and Kentucky. Go into a timeout, and you know what each coaching staff's saying. The focus is on the defensive end. That's been the focus the last couple of media timeouts, and seems to be paying off for both. This is an offensive exhibition the first 5-10 minutes of this game. Since then, defense has won out, but we know what's going to happen when Alabama and Kentucky and these offenses go against each other. 2 of the fastest paced teams in the country, 2 of the best offenses in college basketball.
Last time we were here, Bama scored 90 plus, but got popped by 20. Got to play on the defensive end. Both teams are, and yet also some big-time scoring taking place. Cats on the drive. Oway, leaner from 15 on the baseline is good. 3-point Kentucky advantage. Actually 4, excuse me, 32-28. Holloway trying to drive. Gives it off to Sherrell. Now Holloway outside to Philon. Beautiful drive. Floater's up, no good. Rebound is tipped. It goes into the hands of Perry, and the Cats want to run again with Oway going down the lane. Tough layup. Got it to drop. Biggest lead for the Cats at 6, 34-28 with 7:15 and moving time left in the half. On the drive will be Holloway, backing it out to Diabate. Diabate looking right, backing his way down, double team, dribbles away from trouble, hands it off to Holloway. Aiden, a bounce pass in traffic. Oh, Diabate counted, and he's fouled. An and one opportunity for Muhammad. Diabate on the great assist from Aiden Holloway.
Aiden Holloway, who leads the SEC in field goal percentage at just under 70%. Thought he was going to pull up from the mid-range where he's been effective the last few games. Beautiful bounce pass inside to Mo Diabate, who takes the contact in traffic, finishes off the glass, and a much-needed 3-point play attempt for Mo Diabate. Hopefully he can capitalize going to the line for 1.
How many times have we said it, Brian? When you're in a drought, you need a bucket, go to Muhammad Diabate. That makes one time.
No, I disagree. I think we've actually seen that some.
We have seen it. We just don't necessarily call for it.
Because we're not smart enough.
That's exactly right.
What Mo knows.
We don't know, but Mo couldn't get the free throw to go. And here comes Kentucky the other way. 6:54 to play first half. 34-30. Kentucky with a lead. Perry with the basketball. Dribbling inside the arc, going down the lane. Fires a pass into the hands of Diabate. Mo with the steal, and here comes Bama the other way. Holloway front court to Muhammad. Driving downhill, driving to the rim. Stopping, spinning, out to Holloway. Aiden on the drive. Top corner in the paint, no. Tip, no. Rebound, Diabate, no. Rebound, Youngblood, and a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Chris Youngblood. No, they're going to say it's on Diabate.
Oh, some missed opportunities. Love the hustle, the aggressiveness by Alabama. Attacking the paint, not able to get the putback. The hustle was there, just a little strong with it on a couple of occasions, and the Cats get it back.
We've had 2 threes and a layup that have done everything but drop. Here's Robinson with the basketball. Play it off of a screen, gets to the elbow, has to circle away from traffic. Hands it off to Garrison. A bounce pass to Perry. Fights away from Holloway. Now he'll back his way down, feeds it off. Cutter missed on the layup attempt by Oway, and now Youngblood comes the other direction. Big fight for the ball at midcourt. Bama wins it. Holloway on the drive. Teardrop up. No good. Tip wouldn't go for Diabate, and they're going to call Muhammad for the foul.
Fans didn't like the no call against Chris Youngblood, who cleared out, and they were right. That should have been an offensive foul. Goes the other way. Alabama with another missed floater in the lane. We've seen LeBaron Philon and Aiden Holloway knock down those shots with consistency over the season, but here in this one, some missed opportunities for Alabama. Still just down 4, a chance for Kentucky to extend the lead with a 1-and-1. But Alabama looking good on the offensive end. Just some shots around the basket and near the basket they normally make, not falling here so far this afternoon.
17 fouls on Bama, 3 on Kentucky, 5:55 to go here in the opening half. Almanar hits the first, and so he will get a second. 4 points now for him.
Or as hot as Alabama was early, they have cooled off. 1 for their last 11. Continuing to get some pretty good looks, just not a lot to show for it.
Almanar hitting both, and Kentucky pushes the lead back up to 6. 36-30 with 5:50 to go in the half. Here comes Holloway, center of the floor, looking right, feeds it left. Nelson on the drive down the lane, and he got fouled. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Kentucky. I don't think he was in the act of shooting.
I don't think he was. Alabama will bring the ball in underneath their own goal. Seen some different looks defensively by Kentucky. Going to a 1-3-1 zone look. Nice job by Grant Nelson to split it, get the lane, and get the foul.
Inbounded to Amori at the elbow. Now center of the floor, gives it off to Philon. LeBaron on the drive, kept a defender on his hip, through the lob, and Amori flushed it home.
Beautiful pass by LeBaron Philon. He's struggled a little bit with that floater at about 5-6 feet. That's right where he was. I thought he was going to take it, but thought differently. The beautiful lob to Cliff.
Robinson trying to shake free from Philon. Can't. To Almanar, and now to Barea. Barea giving it off. 3-ball up and no good for the Cats, and a rebounding foul is going to be called on Aiden Holloway. Patrick Evans with the call. Nate Oates did not like it. He's saying it's the same thing that happened on the other end of the floor, and you didn't call it on Kentucky. Also think he didn't like the fact that Patrick was over here by us as the foul was on the whistle took place on a play that was on the opposite block with a lot of bodies between us.
You know, a lot of times you see that call made when a smaller guard is matched up against a bigger player, which was the case in that situation, and Aiden Holloway didn't make a play for the ball, didn't put his backside on the offensive player and attempt to block out in that way. That call gets made a lot, and it was right there. Kentucky able to convert off of it.
Almanar hits the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game, and the Cats go up by 6 again. Deep 3, left side clears, too strong, and the rebound is controlled by Lamont Butler. Sears with 5 points. Nothing in a while as the miss from 3 is no good. Cats and Bama runs the other way. 38-32 Kentucky. Bama with the basketball. Nelson over to Philon. Catch and shoot 3. That one's no good. Tip Nelson counted, and he is fouled. And one opportunity upcoming for Grant Nelson. Try to cut this lead in half from the Cats.
Alabama continues to struggle as of late from the 3-point line, but doing what they've done throughout most of the season. Didn't do it Tuesday, but doing it here this afternoon. That's getting on the offensive glass. Grant Nelson able to fight for it, get the tip as he was being fouled. Chance for a 3-point play, and Grant continues to play really well on both ends of the floor. He leads all scorers with 14.
Andrew Carr checks in as Ansley out, sits down for the Cats. Nelson able to hit the and one and make it a 3-point game again. 38-35 with 4:34 in ticking. Time left in the first half from Rupp Arena. Number 8 Kentucky, number 4 Alabama meeting here at Rupp as the Cats work it near side, near steal, and it is taken away. Philon behind the back with a dribble, the drive, the shot. It's no good, but he's fouled. And 2 shots upcoming for Alabama's LeBaron Philon, who's looking once again like one of the top young guards in America.
Yeah, on the defensive end, he struggled offensively. Hopefully getting to the free throw line will get him going on that end of the floor, but great defensive play to pick the pocket of the Kentucky player out on the perimeter. Able to go behind his back and get in the lane, take the foul, and get to the line for 2.
Philon's first is up, and that one is good. First point of the game for Philon, 0 for 3 from the field, including 2 missed from three-point range, but 3 assists and a steal in 11 minutes, and now a point after the first made freebie. Trying to make it a one-point game with 4:23 to go in the first half, and he does just that.
LeBaron Philon, a great example of making an impact on the game when your shot's not falling. You mentioned the assist, great defensive play right there. Hopefully those free throws will get him going.
38-37 Kentucky, and Big Blue has the basketball. It's Butler with it. Off of a screen, he'll work into the paint. His runner is up. It's no good, but the follow is good off the glass by Amari Williams.
Cliff Amore had to come over and help. Wasn't in a great position, the defensive rebound.
Nelson steps into the three, short, caught underneath Philon, hands it off to Amore, layup no good, rebounded Philon into the paint to Amore, out to Sears, catch and shoot, three, no, and the rebound tipped and controlled by Brea for Kentucky. They got the ball up 3, Cats with it, Brea to the right side, Carr, pump fake on the 3, now lets it fly short, rebound, run down, tipped by Nelson, but grabbed by the Cat. Work it left corner, and Owen, 3, no good, and Grant clears it for Alabama. Ahead now to Philon. LeBaron stopping at the arc, letting traffic catch up, wearing crimson. He'll drive left, a bounce pass, Nelson in the lane, runner is no good, but he's fouled. He'll shoot free throws when we come back to Lexington. 3:16 to go in the first half, 40-37. Kentucky with the lead at the moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Kentucky leads by 3 in Rupp, 40-37 over Alabama. 3:16 to go in the first half. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores from around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nate Oates, presented by Cook's Pest Control. BP, 3:16 to go in the half. Been a tight game. What's Bama got to do to finish strong here in the first half?
Well, continue to do the job defensively. Kentucky won for their last 7. Alabama much better on that end of the floor. Unfortunately, got a little bit cold from the three-point line. Alabama started off this game 4 for 5 from deep. Now 4 for 17. And Alabama, Mark Sears, they've gotten some good looks from deep, not able to convert, but getting on the offensive glass. Alabama with 8 offensive rebounds in this one. Just 5 second chance points, but Grant Nelson has been so good in this one on both ends of the floor. He leads all scorers with 15 and a chance to add to that at the line after the break.
3:16 to go. Crazy. Every time we come to media timeout and we look at our stat monitor, it has a list of trends, and it seems that one team or the other is red hot, then another one gets ice cold. Right now it's Kentucky, thankfully, that's made only one of the last 7. This one went back, or memory serves, the last time we were in this building. A lot of offense. Kentucky got the last couple of runs in the second half. It made it a 20-point ball game. The reason I say all of that is different Kentucky team, different Alabama team, but you better be able to match them because this one can get out of hand the wrong direction.
Well, listen, we talked about the first media timeout. I mean, it's going to be a game of runs. I mean, both of these teams with the style of play lends itself to that. And right now, hopefully, Alabama get on the run. Important 3:16 going into halftime because Kentucky anywhere, but especially here at home with this crowd behind you, 21,000 at Rupp Arena. They can get on a run. They can stay on a run, and we've seen it. And Florida came in here, and they were up double digits. And, I mean, you blinked. He's been up double digits, end up winning that game 95-90. So they're a team that wants to get out and run and can score and score quickly. The same could be said for Alabama, but Kentucky has been so good against some of the top teams in the country. Already 5 wins against top 15 teams nationally.
Nelson at the stripe hits the first free throw. Alabama 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Kentucky 7 of 8. Very even numbers in terms of attempts. An uncommon occurrence that we don't expect to stay that way here in the Bluegrass, as Nelson does indeed hit both for Alabama. The Tide is back to within 1, 40-39 with 3:08 remaining first half.
And how about Grant Nelson with 17 first half points?
Butler playing off the screen, drives to the paint, cut off by Grant, tries to get him in the air. Good defense by Nelson. Rebound fought for, taken away Diabate. He ripped it out of the hands of Williams. Now here's Holloway the other direction. Aiden to Mo, back to Aiden, dribbles left, stopping, feeding Nelson, back to Holloway. He'll drive, gets downhill, stops, circles, throws it away. Nelson had zigged, and unfortunately Holloway thought he was going to zag, and he turns it over, and the Cats get the ball back with 2:40 to go in the half.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Nate Oates talking to Aiden Holloway about that pass. I thought Aiden would have had a decent look at a three. Didn't receive a great pass from Grant on that, and ultimately turned it over on that possession.
Williams with a basketball, high post, has his back to the bucket, hands it off. Robinson, great defense. LeBaron Philon came flying out on him, drew Robinson in the air, said, I can't get that shot off, and came back down. That's a walk, and the ball goes back to the Crimson Tide.
And LeBaron Philon did a great job of fighting over that screen and taking the right angle without fouling the three-point shooter.
Bama looking to regain the lead. Philon to the rim, had his shot attempt blocked, out of bounds, touched last by the shot blocker, who was Kentucky's Otega Owe.
Nice job defensively by Kentucky, but love to see that out of LeBaron Philon. Struggling shooting the ball on the offensive end, attack the basket, get to the rim, get to the free throw line. Even though it didn't result in a bucket or a foul, love the aggressiveness by the freshman.
Philon trying to trigger it in. We got to hurry now. Looking, and he just beats the count, getting it to Nelson. Grant getting into the paint. Tough move with the left hand. He's got 19 first half points, and Alabama leads it 41-40. Third lead for the Crimson Tide with 2:10 to go first half.
The strength by the big man, able to finish because of the ability to create just enough space.
Williams on the drive, backing his way down. Aiden Holloway, bless his heart, was doing everything he could. He put a saddle on that thoroughbred, rode him all the way down the lane. You can do that a few miles from here, but not on the basketball court. Usually he's whistled for the foul, and Kentucky will go to the line to shoot a pair. Williams to handle that with 41-40, our score at the moment, with 2 minutes exactly to go in the first half, and Bama with a lead.
Giving up about a full foot on that, Aiden Holloway.
Even with a hair factor.
They both got some pretty good hair going.
Yeah.
But Williams able to back Alabama's guard down the lane. And LeBaron Philon came over, almost got the steal, but not before the foul, sending Kentucky back to the line.
Williams, who's a 67% free throw shooter, misses the first, but we got a lane violation of Mohamed Diabate. Nate Oates is going, that's a pump fake that drew him in. But Mo just rushed in too quick. He's trying to get the step on Garrison, who's got a few inches advantage on him. And the free throw second attempt is missed, and Mo gets it anyway. Little justice here as Bama comes the other direction. Philon giving it off to Nelson. A dribble to his right, a kick to Sears. Corner three. Oh, that was so pretty. They found Mark Sears, and he buried it, and Bama leads it by 4 here with a minute 42 to go in the half. Williams driving down the lane, runner no good, tip follow no good, rebounded by Nelson. He's doing it all to Sears. Ahead Philon, going downhill to the rack, off the window, no. Rebound, no, and they're going to get him for his third foul. Tough call there on Mohamed Diabate, and that will be his third personal foul rather than his 5th board of the opening half.
Boy, great effort from Mo Diabate. I didn't think that was a foul. Great hustle play. LeBaron Philon continues to struggle finishing at the rim, and Mo Diabate goes to the Alabama bench shaking his head. Love the hustle by Mo Diabate, and unfortunately gets called for the foul.
Nate Oates, after the fact, pleading his case with Steven Anderson, the official, as Williams is at the stripe. He just missed 2 attempts at the front end of a 1-and-1. And hopefully will do so again. 44-40, Alabama leading with 90 seconds remaining in the opening half here at Rupp. They say it's a 2-shot opportunity, but Williams misses anyway, thankfully. Mo sits down with his third foul and Youngblood in. Yeah, you're right, Brian. Thankfully, thankful that you pointed that out. That is 10 team fouls. Alabama in the bonus because Kentucky's been called for 7. Second attempt for Williams. Lefty gets that one to go, and he'll exit, replaced by Ansley Almanar. Almanar in. He's had pretty good first half, 7 points and a couple of rebounds for him in just 6 minutes of work. A minute 26 and ticking. Time left first half. Bama up 44-41 with the ball. Here's Philon. LeBaron to Reitzel. Excuse me, to Stevenson. I wish Reitzel was able to play. Here's Stevenson feeding it to Philon, driving baseline, working it out to Nelson. Stevenson, one more to Sears, got away with a walk, drives down the lane, kicks it in the corner. Philon, for 3 by LeBaron. Philon's back. The Mobile native knocks it home, and with a minute and a half, leads it by 6, but Kentucky's got the ball. Working off of a screen is Butler. Gets to the elbow, almost lost the handle. They throw it down low. The layup in for 2 off the window by Garrison. They got a mismatch down low, and Garrison able to make it pay off. Bama has its lead cut down to 4, 47-43. 34 to shoot, 24. Excuse me, let's try that again. 30 to play, 21 to shoot. As Philon will work off the screen, feeding it off to Stevenson, hands it off to Sears. Mark trying to get away from the defender Butler. Sears over to Nelson, left of the circle. 8 on the shot clock. Nelson getting into the lane. Nelson stepping through. Had it stripped out of bounds, touched last by the Cats. 13.5 on the game clock, 4.5 on the shot clock, and Nate Oates will use a timeout right here. It's the use it or timeout. It sets up perfectly, Brian, for Nate Oates to get that dry erase board and draw something up here.
Alabama typically pretty good underneath out of bounds, but having to go a little extra quick with under 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, 13.5 on the game clock. So point of emphasis is execute this underneath out of bounds play and get your butt back on defense, because Kentucky, one of the fastest teams in the country, they're going to go after what they hope is a missed shot, but hopefully Alabama can execute this underneath out of bounds play and then get back in transition defense.
We'll let you guess on this one. I know that's all it would be, but who gets the shot opportunity on this one?
Well, you can't be too choosy. Got to go and go quick. But Nate Oates, one of the best at drawing these up. Kentucky with length on the defensive end.
Alabama coming out of the timeout again with Stevenson, Omori, Nelson, Philon, and Sears. It'll be Jaron who will inbound it, being face guarded by Amari Williams. Stevenson to the right of the basket as we're facing it. On the end to our right, Stevenson looking to get it in. Looking, got to hurry. Stevenson got to hurry, gets it into Sears in the corner. 2-1, Sears high, no good. Rebound knocked around. Shot clock violation, and that will give it back to Kentucky with 8.1 to go. Wasn't what we wanted, but at least you're able to get back and get your defense set up. It also lets Nate Oates get Sears out and get a bigger defender in Youngblood in. And also Brian Mark Pope is going to use the timeout to talk things over as well.
And a chance for Nate Oates to set his defense and get the lineup he wants in the game. Alabama got the ball to the man they wanted, and that's Mark Sears, but a great defensive play. Didn't have much of a choice. Had to go a little quicker than he otherwise would have with the defense being set the way they were. But the block shot, the deflection forces the violation. Kentucky a chance to cut into this Alabama lead. It's been an impressive performance by Alabama. Got off to a hot start on the offensive end, cooled off, but got some stops defensively. Fortunately, making a couple threes. Kentucky, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the SEC. Don't want to let them get free from deep here in the last 8.1 of this half.
Stevenson, Nelson, Omori. That's a big front court for Alabama. Philon and Youngblood, big guards as well. Brea, Robinson, Garrison, the man who will inbound it, the other end of the floor, Owe, and also Lamont Butler, the 5 for the Cats. You got to go the length of the floor in 8.1. Plenty of time to do so as they get it into Butler. Brings it front court, throws it right wing. Brea back to Butler, going downhill, reverse layup by Youngblood, but he got him on the arm as well. And Brian, you've got a better angle than I do. Is Nate pleading for a moving screen over there?
That's exactly what he's talking about. A dribble handoff situation, and the screener was moving directly in front of the Alabama coaching staff. Coach Oates talking to the officials right now, doesn't get the call. Kentucky does get the call on the foul on Youngblood, sending the Cats and Lamont Butler to the line for 2.
Good shooter in Lamont Butler. Second on the team in scoring. At about a 68% free throw shooter. He's averaging 13.5 points per game. He's got only 3 thus far, but a chance to get it to 4. Bama with 1.9 will get the quicker guards out there in Holloway and Sears and get Omori and Stevenson out. Nobody underneath for Kentucky. They're just making sure they get back defensively. Butler. Free throw up. Free throw is good, making it 47-45. Nelson to inbound it, does so to Holloway. He'll let it fly from 3-quarter court. No good. And the half ends with Alabama leading at 47-45 here at Rupp. Nate Oates still talking to Patrick Evans about the last no call that took place just a few moments ago, as Brian is wandering over, but in no hurry to get in the midst of that discussion or try to cut it off. Here's Coach with BP.
Thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, we got to guard better. I mean, they're a good offensive team. Our offense is a lot better than it was against Ole Miss, but we're going to have to guard a lot better than this in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Brian. And thank you to Cook's Pest Control, who brings us Coach Nate Oates at the half. Give the pest the full court press. Call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. (47-45) our score. Bama leads Big Blue here at the half in Lexington on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $379 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through February 3rd, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $3678 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Cook's Pest Control. Cook's, the South's most trusted name in pest control and proud sponsor of Alabama basketball. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Alabama leads Kentucky 47-45 at intermission here at Rupp Arena. What a first half from Grant Nelson. 19 points and 4 rebounds to lead the way. He's also had 2 assists, no turnovers, and he's had a blocked shot in the first half. Actually, I'm sorry, he has not had one. Wrong column there. You've got 8 points from Clifford Amore, 5 from LeBaron Philon, 8 from Mark Sears, 3 from Aiden Holloway. Chris Youngblood and Mohamed Diabate have 2 points each. Aiden Sherrill and also Jaron Stevenson have played but not scored. Stevenson does have 3 rebounds. Diabate, unfortunately, has 3 first-half fouls. For Kentucky, they have been led by Amari Williams and Otega Owe, who have 8 each. 4 from Lamont Butler, 6 from Jackson Robinson, 5 from Kobe Brea, 7 from Brandon Garrison, and also 7 points from Ansley Almanor. Travis Perry and Andrew Carr have played but not scored so far for the Cats. 47-45 is our score at the break as we continue with the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com today and take advantage of the amazing deals on a full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This is Tom Stipe with the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. Halftime score from Rupp Arena. Bama leads Kentucky 47-45. Next game up today in the SEC is just getting started in Athens. It's early. Georgia trails Auburn 3-2. For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio Channel 374 in your car and on all the new SiriusXM app. So listen anywhere with SiriusXM. It's the home of your favorite team. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
I'm Jan Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Behind the back with the dribble to Nelson, top of the arc, 4-3, bottom. Oh, Bama's hot early. Another bank first three, the second from Nelson, and the Tide leads 13-7, 15:54 to go first half. Stevenson feeding it to Filon, driving baseline, working it out to Nelson. Stevenson, one more to Sears, got away with a walk, drives down the lane, kicks it in the corner. Filon, 4-3, LeBaron, Filon's back.
Kentucky at the half, 47-45, and the sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox, the original party punch with 9 delicious flavors, non-carbonated and resealable. Be the MVP of your next game day tailgate with Beatbox. Halftime stats, shooting percentage, Bama 41% overall, 32 from bank first three-land, 9 of 10 from the stripe. For Kentucky, 43% overall, 45 outside the arc, 10 of 13 from the stripe. Team rebounding, Kentucky leads at 23-21. Turnovers, Bama with only 3. Cats with 4. Again at the half, Bama leads Kentucky 47-45. That does it for the Toyota halftime report. Second half's coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Did you know that your largest organ is your skin? The Wound Care Center at DCH is an outpatient clinic focused on modern treatments for chronic wounds and non-healing sores. Our team is staffed with dedicated physicians, nurses, and therapists who specialize in treating chronic wounds and identifying their complex causes, circumstances, and challenges. When you need more than a Band-Aid, there's the DCH Wound Care Center. Learn more about our services at dchsystem.com/wound care.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients, water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
Bama's up in Rupp, 47-45 at the half over Kentucky. What to look for in the second half is presented by Citgo. Crimson Tide runs harder on Tri-Clean gasoline from Citgo BP. Next 20, what do we got to do to, as Chris would say, get out of here?
Well, continue to do the job offensively in terms of taking care of the ball. That was a big point of emphasis the last couple of days in practice. Alabama turned it over 21 times against Ole Miss, just 4 turnovers in the first half for Alabama. So ball security's been really good. Alabama hasn't shot a great percentage, 41% from the field, 32% from the three-point line. Got off to a great start, ended up making a couple of threes late. Offensively, doing a nice job. 47 points on the road in Rupp Arena is something that you will take each and every time, but got to be better defensively. I thought Alabama did a better job late in the first half against Kentucky, but this is a high-powered Kentucky offense, especially here at home at Rupp Arena. Alabama's got to be great the second 20 minutes on the defensive end to get out of here with a win.
Got to be great, but you better not be bad early on, or it could be flipping the other way in a hurry. But that's kind of the way this game has gone, especially with the tempo that both play with.
Anytime you're on the road, you got to weather the storm. There are going to be runs, and there were several runs on both sides in the first half. But Alabama, if Kentucky goes on a 10-0 run, you got to respond. And got to play with maturity, especially on the defensive end here early in the second half.
Bama ball first. Phylon gets it. Wing near side. Hands it off to his left. Nelson. He'll drive. He'll stop at the elbow as he's cut off. Back to Phylon they go, who goes to the block on the left side. 16 on the shot clock. Amori with the basketball now. Pivots. Needs help. Fires a pass over to Stevenson. Driving baseline. Gets to the rim. Stops. Tough shot. Got it to go. Man, he is getting better and better every game out.
The patience and the strength by Jaron Stevenson. Got on the inside, had a shot blocker in great position. The pump fake, used his strength and able to finish at the rim.
Butler with the basketball, working off of a screen out high. Steps back, deep three, got it. That is Lamont Butler who gets it to go, and it's a one-point game. 49-48 Bama. Nelson on the left wing, dishing. Stevenson catching, shoots three. Can't answer, but fights for his own miss. Keeps it alive. A scramble on the deck. Butler gets tied up in a great hustling play by Clifford Amori. It's not going to save the possession, but the arrow flips to Alabama on the next tie-up.
Great effort by Cliff Amori, but also Jaron Stevenson able to crash the boards, get the deflection. Alabama not able to get the offensive rebound, but love the effort on the offensive glass, something that Nate Oates talked about after the Ole Miss game. Yes, Alabama turned it over, but didn't go to the offensive glass with the same energy that this team's used to.
Tom marked it down. Brian just complimented a guy for following his own shot. Inside, spinning, shooting, and scoring is Otega Owe to make it a 50-49 ball game. We'll talk later.
I prefer he would have made it.
I would too. Nelson trips as he tried to go baseline. They'll call the foul. No, a timeout called by Nate Oates to save the possession. So it brings us to our first media timeout of the half. 18:40 remains here in the opening half. In the second half from Rupp Arena. We are indeed early. Half number 2, 50-49 Kentucky with 18:40 to play on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
We're $1:20 into the second half. Kentucky's up 1 now, 50-49 over Alabama at Rupp Arena. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. BP, you'd make a great coach. Let's expand a little bit on your sage coaching advice during the halftime break. Be great. Define it. What do we need to do to be great?
Is that what I said? I don't pay attention to myself.
Be great.
I pay attention to myself less than Chris pays attention to what I said.
That's true.
But I'm for it. I'm for being great. I am all for it. And if I said it, then I'm sticking with it. Alabama needs to be great, good, whatever, on the defensive end against a high-powered Kentucky offense. This is the number 2 offense in the country. Go back a week, Alabama was the second highest-rated offense in college basketball, but when you score close to 30 points under your average on your midweek game, then you drop a little bit. But Alabama's still very much in the top 10 in offensive efficiency. Defensively, Alabama had some moments in the first half when they were really good. Now, a couple of things that you have to do against Kentucky. They're going to score their points. They're going to play with pace. They're a great three-point shooting team. But you got to get back in transition defense. You got to get back in transition defense and stop the ball and take good shots. We saw a couple of quick shots early that led to some runouts for Kentucky. And Alabama was good offensively, making good decisions. Didn't shoot it great, but I thought their Game plan on the offensive end was really good and well executed defensively. Got to get back, stop the ball, get out of the three-point shooters, and also close out the defensive possessions. Kentucky got some second chance opportunities the first 20 minutes. That'll limit those here in the second half.
Cats by 1. 18:40 remains. 50-49, and Alabama will inbound it. The timeout from Nate Oates saved the possession for his team, as we'll see Philon inbound it from the baseline. Looking to get it in, gets it to Sears in the corner. Catch and shoot three, had it blocked. It goes out of bounds. Touched last by the man who got a fingertip on it, Lamont Butler.
Great defensive play by one of the best defenders in America. Alabama with a well-executed underneath out-of-bounds play. Got Mark Sears free for a second in the corner. He's got a quick release, but not quick enough. Is Kentucky able to knock it out of bounds, but still 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Inbounds from Philon coming. Gets it in to Sears. Now to Omori. Clifford will hold the ball high above his head. Gives it off to Stevenson. He'll drive. Dishes it out to Sears. Now to Nelson. Grant with 8 to shoot. Driving down the lane. Had it stripped away and stolen by Carr. Throws it way ahead beautifully, and throwing it down is Oway.
Got to avoid that. Alabama turns it over, leads to an easy run out for one of the fastest teams in the country.
You know they're going to key on Nelson, as now Stevenson has it stripped, but he got fouled. Oway took the ball, but he took his arm with him. Talking about that of Jaron Stevenson, and so the possession will stay with the Crimson Tide. That'll be team foul number 1 this half. And on Oway, that's his first personal as well.
Grant Nelson talking to the officials, feeling like he got fouled on that drive to the basket.
Near turnover, but as you had Omori and also Amari Williams, Omori and Amari going after it, but it was Amari who touched it last. Cats are turning up the heat defensively. Let's see if Bama can weather this. Sears to Philon in the corner to Stevenson. Driving, spinning, and he got held defensively by Jackson Robinson.
Yeah, it's a subtle difference, but it makes a huge difference in the offensive game of Alabama, Jaron Stevenson, and that is no hesitation. He was going to the basket a split second before he actually caught the ball, the result of foul on Kentucky.
Inbounds comes to Sears, now to Philon, back to Mark. Being defended out high by Williams. Mark drives, dishes, back out, Philon. Catch and shoot three, bottom. LeBaron Philon knocks home the bank first three-pointer. That is Alabama's 7th of the game, and Philon now has 8 points.
Great pass from Mark Sears, got in the lane, thought he probably should have taken it, but passes it out to his teammate.
Inside, beautiful feed. Goes to Carr on the assist from Butler, and the Cats regain the lead. 54-52 with 17:28 to play. Outside Philon with the ball. Hands it back to Sears. Mark gets stripped, no whistle on the deck. And did he walk? Or are they going to say it's a foul on Kentucky?
Yeah, Lamont Butler before the walk. Mark Sears got to the loose ball first. Lamont Butler on his back gets called for the foul. Alabama, even though they've only turned it over once the first few minutes of this second half, a little looser with the basketball than we saw the first 20 minutes, where Bama only turned it over 4 times.
Nate Oates is pleading his case to Joe Lindsey that there was a shot to the throat of an Alabama player in any contact above the shoulders can be a flagrant one. They're going to the monitor to review it, and each time they do so, it's brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Bromberg's, great partners with us for so many years here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, as we've got 17:20 remaining. And Alabama down 54-52. The Tide's going to have possession after what is the third foul of the half called on the Cats. Bama has not been whistled for one yet. That'll change rapidly.
Nato's talked at halftime with us about wanting his team to get it done on the defensive end, and so far Kentucky is rolling here in the second half. 4 for their first 4 on the offensive end.
Foul.
Turns out it was a common foul. Apparently they weren't looking at the other end of the floor. They were looking underneath, or excuse me, they were looking at the play most recently, I guess, involving Sears. Mark's still huffing and puffing even after the timeout. play as many minutes as he does. That's understandable. Fyline inbounds it to Nelson. Grant driving baseline against Carr. Threw it away. No, deflected into the hands of Sears. Now to Stevenson on the drive. Hands it off to Omori. Now to Fyline in the corner. Drive to the short corner. Lost the handle. Taken away by the Cats. Now weaving through traffic. Butler goes far side to Owe. Owe up top to Williams. Williams a dribble to his left, a third, a fourth, and then lost it off his foot out of bounds. A break there for Alabama as Williams was about to get really good inside position against Clifford Amore.
Nice job defensively by Cliff Amore, moving his feet, defending without fouling. Alabama's got to be more secure with the ball. Turned it over already twice here in the first 3 minutes.
Sears short on the 3 attempt. Nelson gets knocked to the deck. No whistle. Here come the Cats the other way. On the drive, the runner is up. No good. Rebounded by Amore after the miss from Owe. And Alabama a third chance to tie it or take the lead. And Nelson just got called for the foul on Grant. That'll be personal foul number 1. And the first team foul this half.
And another Alabama turnover. Great defensive play by Lamont Butler, player that Alabama players are familiar with. Played for San Diego State a couple years ago. Big reason why they went to the Final Four national championship game before losing to UConn. Lamont Butler hit the game winner in the Final Four to advance to Monday night. Kentucky fans have loved his play on both ends of the floor. Nice defensive play right there.
Owe giving it up top to Garrison. Garrison pivoting and handing it off. Butler driving down the lane, spinning, kicking it out. Owe left alone, now defended. Gets into the paint, hands it off, and the dunk for 2 on a beautiful assist to Brandon Garrison.
Because of the dribble drive, Alabama couldn't contain the dribbler. Cliff Amore came over, had to leave his man. The result, a dunk for Kentucky.
Amore picks up his dribble at the elbow, hands it off to Stevenson. Jarrett on the drive, flips it out to Sears. Mark getting downhill. Teardrop is good, and Bama pulls back to within 2.
Alabama's getting in the air with no place to go, kind of like they did against Ole Miss Tuesday night. Fortunately, able to get it in the mid-range floater by Sears.
Brea got away with a walk, shoots the jumper from 15, no good. Rebounded Nelson, outlet pass Fyline. LeBaron gets front court and will set it up for the Tide. Kicks it to Nelson, driving baseline, got pushed out of bounds literally with 2 hands by Carr. Even I could see that one, and Joe Lindsay agreed as well.
Yeah, and I think if he just tosses it near the rim, he's shooting 2. Otherwise, I think it's going to be just a blocking foul and no shots coming up. But nice aggressive move by Grant.
Carr called for his 4th timeout on the floor. 15:29 remains in this one. It's 56-54. Kentucky leading Alabama on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Bama's down 2, 56-54 to Kentucky. 15:29 to go in the ball game. Making Evan Williams bourbon part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and it's always good to hear somebody from Kentucky say, "Roll Tide." BP.
And Alabama doing a nice job on both ends of the floor the last couple of possessions. Kentucky got off to a hot start here in the second half for their first 4. Bama starting to put a few stops together and offensively doing a good job of attacking the basket. A little more loose with the basketball through the first few minutes of this half than they were in the second half. Kentucky, a good, solid defensive team in terms of field goal percentage defense, but not a team that creates a lot of turnovers. Few self-inflicted wounds so far here early in the second half. Alabama's got to be good taking care of the ball and attacking the offensive glass. Did a nice job in both of those areas the first 20 minutes. A big reason why Alabama went into the locker room with a slim lead.
15:29 to go in the second half. Alabama led it 47-45 at the break. Bama has led by as many as 9 thanks to an 11-0 run in the first half. Kentucky has led by as many as 6 in this one. That was with 5 minutes to go in the first half. It has basically been back and forth in some mini runs after a couple of big runs. An 11-0 run for Bama, a 7-0 run for Kentucky. You can't let either side get too far out of arm's reach, as we talked about, and this one is back and forth here tight.
Yeah, Alabama had 4 turnovers the first 20 minutes, and they've had 3 in the last 3.5 minutes, and a couple of others that they were fortunate to not turn it over. So ball security, not quite what it was in the first half.
Nelson to trigger it from the baseline, gets it into Diabate, but it's deflected out of bounds. Touched last by Brandon Garrison.
Kentucky's picked up the heat on the defensive end, and that's another one that was almost a turnover. Fortunately, goes out of bounds off Kentucky.
Nelson to inbound it, gets it into Mo. Diabate dropping left, getting downhill, puts it up, swatted way out of bounds by Garrison, and then the guys kind of get in each other's face. Everything seems to be fine. Cooler heads prevailing. Both sides going their opposite way. Please don't go to the monitor for this one. I'll tell you that it's Bromberg's that sponsors it, even though they're not going to go there. There was no need for it. That's going to be on Brea, and that'll be his first. Kobe Brea guilty of the foul.
You know, talked about it with Jaron Stevenson early. Just aggressive, decisive moves, not allowing the defense to get set. Mo Diabate took it strong to the basket, and even though it got blocked up high because of the assertiveness, aggressiveness by Mo, took the contact down low. It was volleyball spiked into the first row, but didn't matter because the foul came, and the result, 2 free throws for Mo.
And both of them good, and we're tied again at 56 with 15:22 to play. Kentucky ball in a game that's deadlocked. A national television audience. We're glad you're with us on radio. Beautiful backdoor cut. Butler able to get past Chris Youngblood and slam it home to give the Cats a 2-point lead once again. Off the screen, driving right side, Aiden Holloway. Teardrop high out the window, no. Tip no good, Youngblood, and the rebound now controlled by Owe for Kentucky. Throws it way ahead to Brea. Bama defense fills in, so Owe will have it on the left wing. Owe goes right, hands it off to Almanoy. Now hands it to the top of the circle, and Butler. Butler driving right against Diabate, who was giving ground. Now down low, Butler had it poked away, got it back. Drive, shoots short. Rebounded by Diabate, who nearly had his pocket picked.
That is really good defense by Mo Diabate against Kentucky's point guard.
Bounce pass down low to Nelson. What a great catch. They won't count the bucket for an and one, and the NBA probably would have. But dear Lord, threading the needle was Mark Sears, and I don't know how Nelson even caught it. But it will be just a foul on the floor against the Cats.
A heck of a play by both Mark Sears and Grant Nelson. Grant with 19 first half points. Not able to get it off before foul call, so so Alabama will have to inbound the ball. But beautiful pass, catch, and finish. A couple of guys that I think will be in the NBA next year, and if they were, that would have counted.
Nelson with the basketball. Behind the back move. Pump fake. Shot up the window. No. But he's fouled and will go to the line to shoot a pair, and that is an unbelievable behind the back dribble by Grant Nelson in the paint. Caught it after the dribble behind the back and still got the shot up, and he will shoot a pair as the foul was called on Williams.
Speaking of the NBA, that's why the scouts love Grant Nelson. It's 6'11". The handles of a guard able to maneuver around the defense with a beautiful dribble move, takes the contact and gets to the line, and now he's got 20.
20 points and 5 boards. Trying to tie it up. 58 all, we're tied. It's 7-1. Kentucky's been called for 7 fouls. Bama with just 1. Will be interesting to see how soon that starts to even up. They work it left side. Wide open three is missed by Perry. Bama fortunate to clear the miss with Nelson, his sixth. Bama the other way, driving underneath. Diabate. Outside Sears. All alone. Three, bottom. Big bank first three there for Bama. The Tide regains the lead, 61-58.
And that's a big-time move by Mo Diabate. Got in the lane, took his time, found Mark Sears in rhythm, who knocks it down.
Williams with it out high, kicks it into the left corner. The drive from Almanar, and now the handoff. They get it to Brea now, going down the paint. A bounce pass is out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to the Crimson Tide with 13:37 to go.
Great defense running Brea off the line. He leads the SEC in three-point percentage. Nice job by Mo Diabate, making him a dribbler and a passer. It was the right idea. It just led Williams a little bit too much, and Alabama gets it back.
Look, this is a crucial stretch. I know it's only a one-possession game. Bama's got the ball up 3, but you get the sense the Cats are a tad on their heels right now. We got to attack. Sears on the drive, down the lane, getting to the paint, kicks it back out to Filon. LeBaron to Grant, back to LeBaron. He'll drive and dish. Diabate for 3, no. Long rebound goes to Holloway, to Sears. Deep 3, no good. Rebound tip, Diabate, or Youngblood actually throws it off the leg of Williams for Kentucky. It'll be Bama basketball with 13:10 to go in the half and 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Great effort by Alabama. Mark Sears from 30 feet. Didn't need to be 30 feet. He could have gotten a couple of steps closer as he was getting ready to catch the ball. There was not a defender in sight. They count as 4s in practice. They only count as 3s no matter how far out you are. Mark Sears could have got a little closer to the line on that one.
Diabate gets the inbound. Mo! Diabate with a flush, and Alabama puts the lead at 5 with 13 minutes to go.
The aggressiveness of Alabama big men attacking the rim. Mo throws it down.
Brea working against Holloway, and a foul's going to be called on Aiden Holloway. He was in his personal space, is basically what that foul is called.
Well, that is called. There have been a lot of fouls called on Kentucky and not many on Alabama, and
get ready for more.
They're going to even those out. Not a lot of contact right there.
7-2 now on fouls. Williams with the basketball, gives it off to Butler. Butler, shaky bake move, kicked it, got it back. Bama kicked it, and that is the right call. It was not intentional, but Mohamed Diabate did kick the basketball. We were about to get a run out.
Well, a couple of kicks right there.
Yeah, they could have called the first one.
Didn't, and called that one. Kentucky gets it back where you can see the defensive intensity raising for the Crimson and White.
12:41 to play. Bama with a lead at 63-58, but Kentucky with the basketball trying to inbound it to the baseline. They get into the corner, and a moving screen is going to be called. Yes. Offensive foul on Kentucky as they whistle that one on Amari Williams, and that goes back to a first half conversation, we'll call it politely, between Nate Oates and the officiating crew.
It's why it took me so long to have the halftime interview. He was talking about moving screens late in the first half and gets the call coming out of halftime. Great effort by Chris Youngblood fighting over that screen. Sometimes you can make the offensive player move in that situation.
Turnovers even at 7. Holloway, deep 3 right side. Alabama knocks down another one. The bank first three-pointer. Bama now 9 of 27 from beyond the arc with 12:20 to go. Their biggest lead at 8.
And a 10-0 run in under 2 minutes for Alabama.
Butler driving in, missed the layup. Rebound scrambled for. Butler had it, lost it. Gets it in the hands of Garrison. He has it at the elbow. Flips it back out to Brea. Brea with 10 on the shot clock. Goes left, goes downhill. Spins, shoots, and a bucket that's good for 2. 6-point Bama lead with 11:53 to go. Holloway between the circles, goes right, steps back, kicks it to Nelson in the corner. Grant trying to back down the smaller guard in Oweh. Nelson spinning, stepping through, tough shot, no, but he's fouled, and he'll shoot free throws when we come back, and they are livid here in Big Blue Nation. 11:40 to play. Bama 66, Kentucky 60. A top 10 battle on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
As usual, this place is slam full, and ATIX wants to say thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans. I see some Crimson in the building. Visit AAATix.com to find tickets to just about anything. ATIX is a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. BP, no question that this is a heavyweight battle. But right now, in these rounds, Bama's landing a few more punches.
Yeah, listen, we've talked about it throughout this game. You're going to have a bunch of runs, and Alabama was able to go on a 10-0 run. Kentucky answers that, scores to cut the lead to 6. A chance for Grant Nelson to continue a great afternoon here at Rupp Arena. He's already got 21 points. Strong move in the lane. He'll go to the line for 2 after the break, but love the aggressiveness of Alabama, attacking the paint, getting to the rim, starting to knock down a few threes as well. The intensity picking up on the defensive end, but I can assure you Kentucky not going away. One of the best offensive teams in the country, especially here at home. This is a Kentucky team that's already beaten 5 top 15 teams. Hopefully it won't be 6. Alabama playing well the last handful of minutes of this game. Listen, they played really well throughout this game. This is a really good Kentucky team, and Alabama's been able to battle, but got to expect runs on both sides. Alabama able to have one. Hopefully that continues, but if Kentucky punches back, can't be shot. You just got to keep playing.
I know so many of our league games are going to be just like this. They have been already. But it's amazing how this truly does have the feel of a late-round NCAA tournament game, and you throw in the added fact we're getting the longer media breaks as well, which often happens in the tournament. Advantage either side with those, and I don't mean necessarily Alabama versus Kentucky, but I mean a team that has momentum versus one that doesn't. Does that factor in at all?
Well, absolutely. I mean, momentum's going to play a part, and I agree with you from a talent standpoint. This could be a Sweet 16 Final Four caliber matchup. The good news is you don't play in front of 20,000 opposing fans in the NCAA tournament. Now, you might do that in the SEC tournament when Kentucky fans travel, although opposing fan bases are buying up a lot more tickets than maybe they did 10, 15 years ago. But this is a tough place to play. Kentucky is really good anywhere. They've been good home on the road. They're especially good here at Rupp Arena, and I love the fight that we're seeing from this Alabama team coming off a rough performance on Tuesday night.
Grant Nelson at the stripe for the Crimson Tide. Shooting the first and missing it. That is his first miss in 8 tries. Bama 13 of 15 from the free throw line in this game. Kentucky 10 of 13. Nelson with 21 points, trying to get it to 22, and he does just that. So Alabama's lead is at 7, 67-60. A 9-point lead, actually the biggest lead of the game for Alabama. I mistakenly said it was 8 a little earlier when we got there, but it is 9 that took place in the first half. Cats with the basketball up top, Brea. Brea working away from Youngblood, steps back, a deep three, that was short. Rebound, snatched out of the air by Nelson. Grant, a big-time rebound, but taken away by Oweh, who lays it in and gets the and-one opportunity. Huge play there from Otega Oweh as Nelson had snatched the rebound away. He gets the basketball from Grant and then gets the and-one opportunity after Nelson commits his second personal foul and commits his third turnover.
A great play initially by Grant. A traffic rebound. Got it off balance, and I think that may be why he threw the ball away. Did not have the speed underneath him.
Nelson, though, gets another board after the miss from Owe. Grant's got 8 boards. Check that, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8 rebounds to go with 22 points. Here's Philon with it for Alabama. The Tide trying to add to a 67-62 lead. Philon in the paint. Pump fake, floater blocked by Brea and taken away by Garrison. And here come the Cats running downhill. Butler on the drive. Gets into the paint, but cut off by Amori. Flips it out, far corner, Owe, who dribbles to the wing and hands it now to Garrison, top of the arc. Garrison, a dribble left and a flip to Butler. A deep 3, rims out. Rebound, Garrison, though, back into the corner. Brea, his 3 is good. Second chance opportunity, and the Cats use it to pull back to within 2. Now Nelson on the drive. Has it deflected by Owe, and then Nelson just picked up his 3rd. Brian, he had no turnovers and no fouls at the half. He now has 3 of both.
Kentucky, as we talked about, they're going to keep coming. And Alabama making some mistakes. Kentucky making Alabama pay. Can't give up second chance opportunities. Brea, one of the best three-point shooters in college basketball, after Alabama not able to secure the defensive rebound. It's the open 3. Another Alabama turnover. We talked about it earlier. Alabama's so good in terms of ball security the first 20 minutes. They've not been nearly that good here in the second half.
Garrison with the basketball, and a whistle away from the ball is going to be called on Aiden Holloway, and that's another foul on the Tide.
And listen, we talked about it after the last media timeout. You know Kentucky's going to come with a run. Now, you hope it's not at the expense of several Alabama mistakes. That's been the case the last couple of minutes, but this crowd's going to get into it. They're a high-powered offense. Got to weather the storm. They've got some momentum now. Alabama needs to show some poise and some maturity on both ends of the floor.
Aiden Holloway with 4 fouls now on him. He'll go back to the bench, and Philon comes in to replace him. It's 9-5 on fouls. Driving, Butler spinning, kicking it out. Garrison for 3. That's a brick. Rebound tipped high into the air. Diabate able to take it away and then weave through traffic. He'll get it front court. He'll go downhill. He'll put it up with the left hand. No good. But
no, that was a pass.
It was a pass. You're right. No joking there. That was Clifford Amore, as Diabate had the flip to Clifford, and he flushed it home, and Alabama leads it by 4 again. The Cats run the other way. Brea tried to get it to go. It was no good, and then it was slapped out of bounds by Garrison. Possession back to Alabama, up 4. Butler will leave, and Perry will come in to replace him.
Going back to the offensive end, another aggressive move by Mo Diabate. Got past the defender. Help came. He flips it up to Cliff Amore, who throws it down. Mo Diabate making plays on both ends of the floor.
Robinson, Almanor, Williams, Perry, and Owe are the 5 on the floor for the Cats. Bama with Philon, Sears, Omori, Youngblood, and Diabate. 9:42 to go. Bama ball up 4. Diabate on the drive. Offensive foul's going to be called.
No, that's a block.
Look, I agree, and I think the call's right. I just fully expected that to be, again, PTSD. I've been in this building a lot. I thought that was going to be a charge on Mohamed Diabate.
And the question is...
And there's going to be an and 1, I think, isn't it?
He was going into his shooting motion. They're going to count that. What a play by Mo Diabate. Looking at the replay, that was...
Hang on, Brian. I think they're pointed, saying at the floor, not shot good. They're giving him 2 shots. There was confusion. I'll tell you. Half the people thought it was and 1. Half the people thought it was a 2-shot foul. And it turned out, unfortunately, to be a 2-shot foul, and we missed the first. 69-65, Bama by 4. Diabate trying to get it to a 5-point lead with 9:39 to go. Free throw good. Nobody's thrilled. I guess Kentucky fans are more upset. Bama didn't get a bucket, but they did get a free throw. Cats with a basketball. Got away with a walk. Robinson tried to throw it down low. Does to Williams. Flips it back out to Robinson. Around they go to Carr, playing with 4 fouls. And you got a foul whistled on Mohamed Diabate, I believe, or is that on Youngblood?
I think they got Mo Diabate was matched up on a bigger player in Williams who was trying to post him up. Unfortunately, Mo had to check out with 4 fouls. He's played well on both ends of the floor. Alabama starting to get in a little foul trouble here on the road in the second half.
It's Nelson back out there, but he's playing with 3. And again, all of them have come in this half. And you got Carr, who Nelson's defending, that's got 4 fouls for Kentucky in limited minutes. Perry to inbound it from the baseline. Wanted to get it to Oweh and does, posting up on Sears. Drives through and Mark commits the foul. He wanted a jump ball, but that was the right call. A foul on Mark. And that'll be his second personal and the 7th team foul on Alabama.
Mark Sears, one of the stronger guards in college basketball, matched up against Oweh, who has some size on him. Able to get it to a bit of a stronger guard, take the contact, and Kentucky gets back to the line.
Oweh shooting a pair and hits the first. Boy, when you got made shots, you can get into a flow and a pace, and you haven't had as many of those. And you've had more fouls called. 9:21 to go. Both free throws good from Oweh, and it's a 3-point Bama lead. 70-67. Crimson Tide with the ball and the 3-point advantage. Here's Sears going down the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Youngblood, bottom. That's a big bank first 3. Youngblood all alone in the corner. Makes his first of the day. He's got 5 points. Williams the other way for the Cats. Stopping on the wing. Hands it off to Oweh. Oweh trying to take over. Oweh jumper is good. And that guy's heating up. He averages 15 a game. He's got 19 now on the day. And Bama's lead is back down to 4. It will be Sears stepping back. Deep 3. Right side bottom. And the Tide getting hot from deep. The bank first 3 gives Alabama a 76-69 advantage.
Mark Sears has 4 made 3s, 16 points, 7 assists here today.
Carr pivots, hands it off. Robinson guarded tightly by Youngblood, had it stripped away, but into the hands of Williams. Around they go to Perry, driving and dishing in the corner. Oweh for 3, and he hits it. Crazy scramble play that worked out for the Cats, and Bama's lead is back down to 4. Sears getting it back, has it top of the arc, driving right, stopping, kicking to Nelson for 3, no good. Rebound Kentucky. Cats will push it ahead to Robinson. Robinson on the near wing, working against Youngblood to Williams. Williams trying to back down, and a timeout called by Mark Pope in Kentucky with 7:54 to go. It becomes a media break, and we'll take it. 76-72, Bama leading the Cats here in Rupp on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The lead is still 4. The good news is the lead belongs to Alabama. 76-72 in Rupp Arena over the Kentucky Wildcats. 7:54 to go in the ball game. Best move of the game is presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. BP, through your eyes, the best move of the game.
Well, there have been a lot on both ends of the floor, two of the best offenses in college basketball, but go back a couple of possessions ago, Mark Sears making plays on the offensive end. He's knocking down threes, but he's also setting up teammates. He's got 7 assists, and his 7th assist was beautiful. Got in the lane, got past the defender, kicks it out to Chris Youngblood, who knocked down the 3. Chris has 5 points, but it's been Mark Sears doing the job here in the second half. We saw Grant Nelson dominating the first 20 minutes. He had 19, but Mark Sears, Alabama's first team preseason All-American, making plays here late. Alabama trying to weather the storm. Kentucky getting back into this thing very much so on the offensive end, starting to make plays. Always come alive, taking the ball to the basket, knocking down a big 3 and a unfortunate for Alabama scramble situation. It looked like it was going to be a turnover going the other way. Ball goes right to a Kentucky player who gets it to Owe, knocks down the 3. We thought we'd have a battle. We thought we'd see a lot of runs on both sides, and that is exactly what we've gotten here at Rupp Arena.
Alabama, 11 of 30 from 3. Kentucky, 8 of 18. And while they've made 12 of 16 from the free throw line, Bama, 15 of 18. So while Kentucky has one more made field goal on 55 attempts, Bama 25 of 56. The three-pointers and additional free throws have helped Alabama. Even though we've also done a nice job on the glass, 33 to 30 rebound edge for the Tide so far.
Well, a much better performance for Alabama here in this one than what we saw Tuesday night against Ole Miss. Alabama in a loss, the leading scoring team in college basketball, only scored 64 at home against a really good Ole Miss team, already 76 here at Kentucky. But long way to go, just under 8 minutes to play. Alabama playing tough against a top 10 team on the road.
Are indeed, as Brea will inbound it to Garrison. Garrison a dribble and a handoff. Floater up and good off the window for 2 for Kentucky. The bucket good by Jackson Robinson, and the crowd rising to a fever pitch again with 7:37 to go in a 2-point game. Phylon on the drive, getting into the paint, gives it out to Nelson. Grant on the drive, tough move downhill, count it, and he's fouled. The and one opportunity for Grant Nelson, having one of the games of his life. He's got 24 to go with 8 rebounds. We've seen him do it, Brian, on the biggest stages, be his very best.
Yeah, 24 points last year in the Sweet 16 against North Carolina, doing it against another blue blood, this time in the regular season on the road. A strong move by the veteran, able to finish with the left hand.
And able to convert the and one for the Tide as well. Brea will check out with 4 fouls, and Otega Owe comes in to replace him with 7:31 to go, and Alabama again up by 5, 79 to 74.
We've seen Alabama big men so aggressive and decisive, taking the ball to the basket. Big reason why Grant Nelson got that 3-point play.
Butler giving it off top of the arc to Garrison. Wanted to throw it in the low post, can't. They just called Nelson for his 4th. Boy, Carr got it hadn't even thrown it to him yet. Deeper, they were calling Nelson for the foul because he knew he was in a bad spot.
Well, that's a huge call because Grant Nelson starting to heat up here in the second half. 25 points, 8 rebounds, and unfortunately, he'll have to check out with his 4th foul.
Jaron Stevenson will come in to replace him. Got Amori with 10, Sears with 16, Nelson on the bench with 25 now, as Carr converts the front end of a 1-and-1. Just his 3rd point of the game for the Cats. Second free throw upcoming. And that one is good as well. So Carr hits them both. He'll leave with the 4 fouls. And Almanor will come in to replace him. 7:23 to go. Again, a one-possession game, but Bama up 79-76. Three-point advantage with the ball. Stevenson against Almanor. Dribbles to his right, fires the skip pass. Sears, too strong. Weak side rebound claimed by Kentucky and Oweh. Oweh with it front court. He'll try to tie it for three. It's short. Rebounded by Amori, and Alabama may have been fortunate. I thought Philon may have gotten him on the arm on that three-point try. Regardless, it's Sears playing through some obvious contact. Again, no whistle there. Sears weaving through traffic, getting into the paint, stopping, pivots, kicks it out. Philon, he'll get downhill. He'll get mugged, and they won't call a foul. Instead, they'll say he lost it out of bounds. Woo, man, they're letting some stuff go on both ends. We've been the beneficiary of a no call or two, but that one benefited the Cats.
Yeah, I thought they got Mark Sears earlier in that possession. A lot of contact against Philon, but I thought a clear foul up top. Nate Oates asking the officials about it, doesn't get the call, and instead it's an Alabama turnover.
OU a station ID. Well, the next standing 8 count will give you one. Down low, the Cats work it to Oweh. Lost it, got it back, kicks it in the corner. Three ball missed from Almanor, and the weak side board claimed by Alabama. It was Philon. Now Philon on the drive, gets into the paint, kicks it back out. Sears going downhill, throws the lob, and Amori throws it home.
What a play from Mark Sears. Turned the corner, and he knew exactly where he was going with the ball when he got it. Cliff Amori with the easy dunk, and Mark Sears with his 8th assist of the game.
Another timeout. This one by Kentucky again. We'll use it to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. .605 remains here at Rupp Arena. Alabama 81, Kentucky 76. You got some key pieces on both sides with 4 fouls. One of them, Mohamed Diabate, it looks like is going to check back in the game for Alabama, or I thought he was anyway, maybe not.
I thought Mo checked in, and Alabama, as you mentioned, 3 guys in foul trouble. Grant Nelson, Mo Diabate, Aiden Holloway, all with 4 fouls. Mo will be back in this game, but 6:05 to play. The depth that Alabama has, can't be tentative on the defensive end, even though you have 4 fouls. Got to be aggressive, be smart on that end of the floor. Mark Pope gets the timeout. He and both Nate Oates have been really good offensively coming out of timeouts. I expect Kentucky to get a look they want. Got to stop the 3. They've been going to Berea a little bit here in the second half.
They throw it down low. Diabate, a great job of getting a fingertip on the pass intended for Jackson Robinson. Tide doesn't have a rim protector, as you've got Stevenson and Diabate down low and then 3 guards. But, man, he did a great job of breaking that one up. Kentucky will inbound it from the baseline. They get into the corner to Brea. Now to Almanor. Now top of the arc. They go to Garrison. Garrison trying to back down on Mo. Can't really challenge because of 4 fouls. Robinson for 3. Missed it. Long rebound comes back out. He'll try it again. The deep try is good. Second chance opportunity, and they've made it a 2-point game, 81-79 with 5:35 to go. Philon directing traffic. LeBaron to Sears in the paint, lets a man go by, misses the bunny. Rebound claimed by Kentucky, and the Cats can tie it or take the lead with a 3.
Boy, good look from Mark Sears from mid-range. It's a little strong with it.
Butler down low, Garrison. And we are deadlocked at 81 with 5:08 to play. Momentum wearing blue at the moment. Philon on the drive, getting into the paint, off the window and in. What a great move.
Thought Nate Oates might take the timeout. He trusted his team, and the freshman, LeBaron Philon, playing well here on the road, gets the finish.
Bama by a bucket with 4:50 to go. Cats with a basketball. Trying to drive, cut off Butler, 3 for the lead, no good. Rebound tipped way out of bounds, touch last by Kentucky, and Bama will get it back up by a bucket.
Nice job defensively. Alabama able to get the stop going with a little bit of a smaller lineup. Hopefully can take advantage on the offensive end. Kentucky with some big offensive rebounds in this game. Some deflections that have gone to three-point shooters. That was a big bucket by LeBaron Philon to stop the bleeding a little bit as Kentucky's starting to get hot.
Philon will bring it ahead with 4:35 remaining. LeBaron playing off the screen from Youngblood. Goes downhill, hands it off. Diabate lays it up. No, but he got fouled by Williams, and he'll go to the line to shoot two for the Crimson Tide.
Fans don't like it, but that is a clear call. Nice job for LeBaron Philon, taking his time, a little Euro step, draws the defender. They recover in time to get the foul call. Mo Diabate will go to the line for two.
That foul on Amari Williams is his fourth. A big 1-and-1, no, two shots, excuse me, for Mohamed Diabate. He was obviously in the act of shooting, and he hits the first. A few minutes ago, Mark Sears passed Robert Horry on Alabama's all-time scoring list, 1,500 points, 1,592. That puts him 14th on the all-time scoring list as Mo can't hit the second free throw. 1 of 2 for him, and it's a three-point Alabama lead. 4:22 and ticking. Time left in this one as the Tide has missed only 4 of 21 free throw attempts. Inside, spinning his car, shooting it. No good. Rebounded Diabate. Great defensive play, and fortunate he didn't get called for his fifth. Here comes Sears the other way for Bama. Oh, we could use a field goal here. Sears off the screen. Sears, free throw line. Had it blocked from behind on a great play by Butler, and the Cats run the other direction. Butler throwing it away. A turnover by Kentucky, and Bama will get it back when we return. 3:53 to go. 84-81 Alabama. Down the stretch we come here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricron termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Big boy basketball, 84-81. Bama on top of Kentucky and rough. 3:53 to go in the ball game. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regions postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. Don't forget you can get your University of Alabama Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. We are courtside. Tom Stipe here. Chris Stewart, the voice of the Tide. BP, you know what time it is?
Winning time, which means Mark Sears' time, and he's been terrific here in the second half. Overall, he's got 8 assists. It's been Mark, LeBaron Philon doing a great job here in the second half, getting in the lane, making plays. Alabama will be shooting 2 shots with each foul, so continue to play in attack mode, and I think we'll see Grant Nelson. Not sure if he's checked back in this game. Alabama in foul trouble. 3 guys with 4 fouls. You've got Mo Diabate, Grant Nelson, and Aiden Holloway, all with 4 fouls. It does look like Grant will be back in this game. He leads all scorers with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and he has been terrific on both ends of the floor. Alabama's big guys have done a great job of attacking the paint, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. Alabama playing much better than what we saw on Tuesday night at home. Question is, will it be enough to win? I'm not surprised at all that Alabama's responded in the way they have and played much better, much tougher in a very difficult place to play, the toughest place to play on the road in the SEC. Alabama has battled, and now, as Tom mentioned, it's winning time. The under 4 media timeout, 1 possession game. Want the ball in the hands of your veterans, and that's Mark Sears, who's played really well here in the second half.
Alabama breaking its huddle with Chris Youngblood, Grant Nelson, Mark Sears, and Mohamed Diabate, along with LeBaron Philon. In the case of Sears, Nelson, Youngblood, those veterans that Nate Oates among the veterans Nate Oates called out prior to this last game.
This has been a game of runs. We've seen it throughout. 3:53 to play. Who's got that last run in them?
Bama up 3, 84-81, but with the ball. Philon to Diabate. Looking, Mo at the elbow, will drive, gets into the paint, had his shot attempt blocked, got it back, lost it, no. Nelson with the basketball in the corner, 14 on the shot clock. Grant hands it off to Philon, drives, kicks, Youngblood. 3, bottom, oh mercy! Chris Youngblood with a hand in his face, buried it, and with 3.5 to go, Bama leads by 6.
Alabama almost turned it over, but able to hold on to it, find Chris Youngblood for a huge 3.
Brea to Almanor, now right side to Owe. Owe up top. The big man Williams handing it off. He'll get a return lob. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound picked up Diabate. We got numbers. Kicks it in the corner. Youngblood, 3 attempt blocked. Scrambles. Sears saves it underneath. Sears out to LeBaron. Make it, baby. Bottom.
My goodness, Mark Sears with the offensive rebound after the block shot. LeBaron Philon, the freshman, huge here on the road.
9-point lead, 2:47 to go, 90-81. Bama matching its biggest lead of the day and quieting the Rupp Arena crowd at the moment with 2:47 to go. Long way from the finish line, but looks a whole lot better than it did prior to that last media timeout.
Listen, I asked who had one last run in them. It may be 2 runs, still plenty of time. Alabama with a quick 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Mark Pope with a timeout and the offensive firepower on both sides. Alabama's got to do a good job defensively, defending without foul, getting out to the 3-point shooters. This one far from over with as much offensive talent as we have on the floor on both sides. But what a huge run. Alabama making plays, some tough, hard-nosed plays, getting on the offensive glass. A near turnover ends up with an open look, and Alabama burying some huge threes here late on the road.
Unbelievable effort in this one. And again, so much more work to be done, but a huge, huge couple of possessions for the Tide.
And Kentucky has been so good coming out of timeouts offensively. Huge possession right here. Alabama goes up 9, still plenty of time to play with a pace of play in this one. Alabama desperately needs a stop right here. Mark Pope has gotten what they've wanted. They've either gotten the looks coming out of timeouts or second chance opportunities. Alabama has to defend without fouling, close out the defensive possession.
Cats with the basketball, getting it front court. Butler to the top of the arc. Williams hands it back to Butler. Driving, stopping, looking. Outside he goes to Robinson. Robinson fires it left side. Butler going at Nelson. He has to circle away. Now he stops, got him in the air. Shot, made it, and Grant just picked up his 5th. Or did he? Either Grant or Mo. It's Mo who just picked up his 5th foul.
An absolutely huge and one opportunity for Kentucky. Well, Alabama had what looked to be a great defensive possession going until they didn't.
Yeah.
Had 2 guys out of position. Grant Nelson, Mo Diabate trying maybe not to foul initially.
Yeah.
Got them out of position, and the veteran, a guy who's done it over the course of his college career at San Diego State, now at Kentucky, with a huge three-point play opportunity coming up.
Butler at the stripe, trying to convert the end one that would cut the Bama lead down to 6 with 2:29 to go. Keep scoring and keep defending, Bama. Free throw up and good. And it's back to a 2-possession game. Full court pressure by the Cats. Inbounds goes to Phylon. LeBaron will bring it ahead. Phylon gets it front court, gives it off to Sears. Mark taking it back to the timeline, surveying the defense away, guarding him. 15 to shoot, 2:14 to play. Sears still with it as the shot clock is now down to 10. Directing traffic 9. Sears in the corner. Omori back to Sears. Deep three, no good, but he is fouled in the act of shooting, and Mark Christopher Sears will shoot 3 freebies with 2:03 to go.
Well, that's a huge call, and the right call as Alabama goes late in the shot clock, typically not trying to use a lot of time, but because of score and time, Nate Oates calling for a dribble handoff play, gets it to Cliff Amore. Mark Sears looked to be all by himself, and because he had space, the defender out of position, and they're going to look at it to see if he was behind the line. Will it be 3 or 2? I thought he was clearly behind the line, but the official is going to go to the monitor and make sure a chance for Nate Oates and Mark Pope have a free timeout, but not what you want if you're Mark Sears. You go to the line in rhythm, kind of a ice the shooter situation by the officials.
It was under review, brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. I'm not sure if somebody called a timeout there or not. I know what it is. It was the 5th foul, wasn't it? No. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why there would be this type delay if it wasn't the 5th foul on someone.
Boy,
because the review was way over. I mean, a good 45 seconds ago, wasn't it, Brian?
Yeah, no explanation by the officials, and Mark Sears now goes to the line for 3.
First one's perfect for the Muscle Shoals native, who's got 17, for the ball game, along with 9 assists. Made the second as well.
And how about the veterans for both teams stepping up? Lamont Butler had a big 3-point play on the last possession. And now Mark Sears with 3 big free throws.
Hit all 3, and Bama leads by 9 with 2 minutes to go. Stop here would be massive. Cats get it to Butler. Takes it to the right corner. Gives it back to Robinson. Fall away 3. Rattles out no good, but the putback is good by Williams. 7-point game. Bama with 1:46 to go with the ball.
And Alabama wants to do what they did on the last possession. Take some time.
Phylon directing traffic. Has it out high. LeBaron off a screen from Omori. Looking, still with the dribble alive. To Omori, pivots, dribbles left, dribbles again, gets to the rim, lays it up, missed it. Rebounded by Williams, and he had a blowout in the process. He lost his shoe, did Omori. They kick it in the corner. The 3 rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Nelson, and now Bama with Sears trying to play keep away with 1:12 to go. Up 93-86. A whistle and a foul is called as Sears will be the man who goes to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it wasn't exactly 5-on-4, but it was 5 against 4 guys who had both shoes on. Cliff Amore running back in the play, lost a shoe. He was trying to find an offensive player. Fortunately, Alabama able to get the stop, the defensive rebound, and get the ball in the hands of the man you want with it late, and that is Mark Sears, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Sears hits the first. That's 4 in a row for Mark, and he's got 20 points in the ball game.
Chance to put Alabama up 9:10 to play.
Wow, he did just that. Something you don't see very often. A few folks in blue heading for the exits a tad early. 1:09 to go. Bama leading it 95-86. Kentucky with a basketball. Butler throwing it inside the dunk, and an and one opportunity for Williams, who got fouled by Clifford Amori. And they're going to look at this. I think he just went for the block, and Williams fouled in the act, got it to go, but hopefully that's all it's going to be.
Yeah, you mentioned a few folks going for the exits, but not many, because 9 points, minute 10, there have been several 9-0 runs in just over a minute in this game, and Alabama not able to get the stop. And the last thing you want is a foul in that situation, especially an and one opportunity, as Alabama's given up a couple here late.
They're looking at it.
On the floor, the common foul 11 is confirmed.
Yeah, common foul. A review, but a quick one. And with a minute 1 to go, Kentucky will have an and one opportunity that could cut this down to a 6-point Alabama advantage. The Tide led at 47-45 at the break. They trailed by a handful early in the second half, but now leading it with a minute 1 to go.
Gives Nate Oates a chance to talk to his team, first and foremost, about blocking out. Don't assume that this free throw is going to go down. 4 guys in the lane blocking out, and then offensively, get it in the hands of Mark Sears. If you get in trouble, got 2 timeouts, don't take any chances.
It's going to be another free throw opportunity after a miss is Williams.
That's the second time that Williams has drawn a lane violation because he's got a hitch in his shot. It's almost like a pump fake. Got Mo Diabate earlier in the half and got Grant Nelson right there.
He gets the bucket to go on a second try. 1 point with 1:01 to go. It's 95-89 Bama. Tide nearly threw it away, but Philon will bring it ahead. He'll drive. He'll circle away from trouble. Wisely running some clock and setting things up with Mark Sears. Back to Philon near side. Philon wants it in his hands. Got fouled by Owe, and it'll be the freshman from Mobile going to the free throw line to shoot a pair for the Crimson Tide.
LeBaron Philon has been a little up and down here the last couple of weeks of the season, but picked a good time to be up. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And a couple of big free throws coming up. Made the smart play, had the ball in transition, took it out, understanding time and score.
LeBaron knocks home the first. Alabama now 23 of 27 from the free throw line. Kentucky 16 of 20. Second one up, second one good, and the Tide leads it by 8 with 47 seconds to go. Cats will hurry. Butler getting it front court, takes it to the right wing, steps back, deep 3, bottom. Wow, Butler a big make there. Keeping the Cats in it with 39 seconds to go. It's a 5-point game, 97-92. Inbounded to Youngblood, had it poked away, but he got fouled.
It was the right call. And listen, you want the ball in the hands of Mark Sears, but Kentucky understands that. They denied him the ball. Fortunately, Chris Youngblood is one of the strongest guards in college basketball, and because of that strength, he got through the double team, took the foul, and he'll go the line for 2. Alabama can't put Kentucky away. Every time Kentucky has desperately needed a bucket, seems like they've either gotten a 3 or an and one. Well, these veteran guards making plays. Lamont Butler with a big 3, putting pressure on Alabama to go to the line and convert, which they've done here late.
Owe will head to the bench. That is his 5th. He exits with 21 points in the contest. Their leading score at 15.5 per game. Adds to that as Youngblood hits the first of 2 for Alabama. The Tuscaloosa native.
Make this a 3-possession game. Big free throw right here.
Youngblood at Kennesaw, then South Florida, now in Tuscaloosa, in Lexington at the moment for his hometown team. Hits both free throws, and the Tide leads it by 7 with 33 seconds to go. Kentucky with Butler. Stops, kicks it over. Almanor for 3. Hits it, and he's fouled by Nelson, who just got called for his 5th. Wow. Wow. What have we got? Officials talking with something at midcourt.
Did they
call a double foul?
Was it against the three-point shooter? Or
I don't know.
I think there was a foul down low. It looked like Mark Sears and
That's
Williams
even worse
were tangled
if it
up.
is.
Who was that on? They're looking at it in the monitor.
The review said Williams.
Okay. I think.
Wow. So it's a made bucket.
It's a made three. Did they count? They're going to the monitor. They're talking to both coaches. It looked like there may have been a foul. Williams for Kentucky against Mark Sears, and I think that may be the case.
That's huge because it's not an and one in a 4-point play, and it's not the fifth on Nelson. Instead, it's a foul on Williams. And I think that may be his fifth. It is. He's gone.
And it sends Mark Sears to the line for two. You don't want to give up a three in that situation, but we were thinking it might be a 4-point play opportunity.
Yes.
Instead, it'll be Mark Sears at the line.
The shooter flopped. And Sears knocked it down. I bet normally the officials do, especially at our angle.
It was called right as the three-point shot was being made.
Missed free throw by Sears, so just one of two. 100-95. Bama by 5 with 20 seconds to go. Butler on the drive. Don't foul him. Circles away from traffic. Goes way outside. Contested three attempt. No good. Rebound Nelson. 10 seconds. 9. Sears with it at 8. And they foul him, and it'll send Mark to the line to shoot 2 more free throws, and it'll send more folks in blue to the exits with 8.5 seconds to go, and Bama leading at 100-95.
Oh my goodness, what a second half for Alabama on the road in front of 21,000 at the toughest road environment in the SEC for Alabama. Rupp Arena, and Alabama making plays on both ends. Haven't gotten a lot of stops, but got a big one right there. Got the ball in the hands of your All-American Mark Sears, who goes to the line and trying to put this one away.
I'm not shocked Alabama's shooting 85% from the free throw line, and it's better now as Sears hit them both. I'm shocked that we've gotten 34 attempts. He hit them both. 4 seconds, 3, layup, good by Kentucky. Bama will inbound it. Cats will not foul. It's going to be a 102-97 final. Bama wins it, and let's get out of here. The Tide, a winner in the Bluegrass by 5 and goes to 4-1 in SEC play. The Cats fall to 3-2. The Tide was off track Tuesday at home, but on the road gets a big one in the Bluegrass. Again, your final, 102-97. Alabama wins it. Post game in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.